Hello everybody and welcome to the WFO League, and we are with the Cadillacs here at Daytona for our preseason test and tune race. As you can see, I'm new to broadcasting, so I apologize for the overlays being a bit messed up, but we're just gonna have to roll with what we got. So we're about to roll through the grid here. Just give me a second. Okie So let's roll through our field. So we got Johnson in number 86 took our pole with a lap time of a 48.796. On his outside, we're going to have that Steve K. Blankenship and that number 8 machine. Starting behind John Sneer, we're going to have Matthew Tallman. I believe this is his first career start in the WFO. No better to have beside him than a veteran Hal Amy. Hal Amy's been good all week at these restricted plate tracks. He'll be one to watch. Behind them, we have Charles Buncherman. I have no clue how to say that name. I apologize. Then we have Vernon Bradley, two-time Truck Series winner, championship winner. And he's looking to make his everyone's first Cadillac WFO start here. This is an inaugural race. Behind him, we have Mike Buchanan, number 26, and Rick Reinhardt next to him. And then we have Sean Taylor in the 024, and then we have Nick Gardner in that 41 car. Then we have David Moody in the 88, and we have Herman Reynolds next to him. My apologies. Row 7, we're gonna have Travis L. I apologize, don't know how to say your name. Then we're gonna have Nation. That chance is Nation. So that is gonna be the starting lineup there, boys and girls. And these Cadillacs are gonna be fun. They're really fun to drive. They're really fun to race, and all around just great racing. So sorry about that. So one sec. Okie So John's new starting on our pole today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a really exciting race. The sun's going to be going down, and we're going to be going fast. As you can see, so we got 50 laps. We got 50 laps here today, ladies and gentlemen, and should be an exciting one at the Daytona Speedway. Some track info for you guys. Kind of cut off. 2.48 miles, 4 turns. It's about 77 degrees out, and we're Daytona, USA, baby. We're gonna check out that weather. 77 degrees, wind direction north. Not a lot of humidity. Wind speed 2 miles. But here we go. John's new is about to lead us to the green for the first time this year. Green flag in there. We're racing at Daytona, everybody. John Sanu gets a big jump. That might be a little too far out, in my opinion. Here we go down out of travel into 1. John Sanu still leading. Got Steve K. Blankenship behind him. And looks like that number 8 machine of Steve K. Blankenship is going to get left on the high side. Now we're going to have someone. And look at these guys just fan out down the back straightaway. This is an inaugural race, so whoever wins this one will be the first ever winner in this series with these cars for us. We got we have Johnson new leading with Charles on his outside. Behind him, we got Steve K. Blankenship in that number 2 machine. We have Matthew. Let's see who's going to lead the first ever lap in this series. It looks like Johnson new. No, it's going to be Steve K. Blankenship on that Charles, sorry. Charles is going to take the lead, but John's not going to give up. These cars are very stable, and you can bump and bang all you want. The draft's going to do a lot. Looks like that high side is a bit more put together than it we think. Johnson New takes the lead back, but I don't think he's going to last. He has no help. As Charles Butchman, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, it's going to take that lead back. What a push by that number 8 machine of Steve K. Blankenship. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Charles, he's staying up on that high side. Maybe that high side could be a little better than we thought it would be. Johnson New's not giving up. He will not relent. Let's see who's going to lead the second lap as we come out of turn 4 into the trial. Will it be a close one here, ladies and gentlemen? Looks like Charles is going to lead the lap again. He got Steve K. Blankenship behind him. And that high side just seems to be a lit. Oh, looking 3 wide. No, Steve K. Blankenship backs out of it. That high side just seems to be a little more organized than the bottom right now. The bottom's starting to get a little more organized. But these cars are fun. Look at them race down that back straightaway. We're gonna go on board with Steve K. Blankenship on that hood cam. Look how close these guys are. And this is a bumpy track. This is not one of the easier ones to get around. And look at him push Charles Bushran. Sorry about that. Look at him push Charles in that number 11 machine to that lead. Steve K. Blankenship, former K&N champion of Season 2 in the WFO series. He wants to win this race, but he knows he needs to make friends, and he knows he's going to need to get to that lead eventually. But look at him. They're holding a very steady line. Johnson New's doing a great job holding him off, but look at this run. They're about to get on this back straightaway. Look at them go. Will Charles stay up with Steve, or will he drop down low is the question right now. We're going to go on board with Johnson New. Look at him under him. He's looking for the lead. That inside shorter way around. That's why you're going to see this inside lane gain in the corners. Johnson New looks like he looking good. He might lead this lap. No, Charles is going to get him at the last second. Here we go. I mean, lap 5, and we have no caution. We still got a pretty good pack. Doesn't look like anyone's really fallen off so far. It looks like Nation is a little farther back, but looks like he's going to look to hook up with Herman Reynolds. But Johnson New now leading this pack. They've been double fouled. It's been great racing, ladies and gentlemen. And look at them just power down this back straightaway. I mean, what a performance these guys are putting on. It's coming down in turn 3. I mean, no one is giving up. I mean, they're playing smart. You see a couple guys get down the apron. That's because how bumpy it is. And no cautions yet. Don't know what the fuel mileage is. But look at them swerve around, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a caution very soon if they don't get it straightened out. And remember to vote for the driver of the day in that comment section. I will be looking at it, and we'll get that driver of the day interview at the end of the race. Remember, this is the inaugural race of the Cadillac Series, so let's see who's going to be able to win it. Look at Charles just overpower that number 86 machine of Johnson New down that back straight. Oh, we got one flipping, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to bring out the caution. We're going to go to the instant replay. Looks like it was farther back in the pack. Yeah, we're going to... Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. It looks like Charles got caught up in that one. I mean, Shane Taylor. I'm not going to be able to get the replay, unfortunately. But we're going to go back up front. 2 hours leaders. We're going to go on board with Charles. Hopefully we can bring him up here and get an interview. Yeah, Charles Buchanan. I'm sorry about that. I should have known that. We're going to bring Charles Buchanan up here. Charles Buchanan, you got a copy. Charles, you got a copy on us up here in the booth?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I believe this is your first career start in the truck series. I mean WFO series. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So first,
Uh,
oh sorry. So first career start in this series, already leading most laps so far of this race. How's the car feeling?
I'm sorry, come again?
First career start in this series. How is that car feeling? And you've been leading a few laps out there so far.
Pretty good. It's been a while since I ran the Cadillacs. I was getting some nice bum drafts on the outside there, and I just decided to stay up there. I was getting some good pushes, good runs, and decided to join my brother tonight in this league he's been talking to me a lot about, so we'll see what happens here.
Nice. Are you gonna be running for that championship?
That's the plan as of now. I would like to run weekly and see where it leads to.
Nice. And are we gonna see you in that K-9 or truck this year or no?
I'd probably like to try out the truck series too. I've been looking for a league to try out, so we'll see what happens.
Okie doke. Well, thank you for joining us. Good luck out there.
All right, thank you.
Jared Cox, you got a copy?
I sure do, sir.
Hey, did I move you up here?
No, I haven't earned it.
Do you just want to stay up here?
Yeah, I'll broadcast with you. I didn't make it to the race, so.
Okay. So Jared Cox is going to join us in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Jared, we have had a hectic start so far. We had Charles Buchanan, the rookie, leading a few laps out there. We got Chance, also known as Nation, leading this thing. Who are you looking forward to seeing on this restart?
I mean, realistically, I gotta root for my guy Steve, Steve Blankenship, there, fellow teammate. Hopefully, like to see him finish good. That's for sure. But definitely looking forward also to seeing what Rick can do. I'm always a favorite of Rick Reinhardt. He's always been one of them guys that always seems to have some bad luck go his way. But Nation 01, man, good for him. Glad to see him lead some laps.
Nice, and we, I was not able to drive that car early before. You were the one who was driving early before because you had every intention to race. You want to give the fans a little insight on how that car's feeling?
Um, Man, I'll be honest with you. It drafts amazing. It it you can go right up to the bumper of the car in front of you. With this track though being as bumpy as it is, and these cars setting as low as they do, it's very bumpy. You'll see, I'm sure, on the broadcast here some sparks flying. They bottom out all through the corner, but they are fun. It's very hard to see around the car in front of you. So look for some people to kind of be, in and out, trying to peek around the car in front of them. But all in all, it's a very fun car to drive, but very challenging as well.
Nice, and Nation leading a couple laps out here. He did not pit. Would you agree with that strategy or no?
Um, as of now, yes. The tires on these they seem to hold up very well. I had a 30 lap run on a set of tires and didn't feel like I was losing any grip or speed. So they really only have to worry about fuel. Um, and I'm sure, with as bumpy as these cars get and as loose, I don't want to say they get loose, but not being able to see around the car in front of you makes you kind of float up the track a little bit. There's more than likely going to be at least a couple more cautions here within the next probably 10, 15 laps or so. Hopefully not. Hopefully they run till green, but it's a strategy that gotta risk it sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And let's talk about as we are on the grid here. Sorry, as your pace car lights are already off. Um, are we gonna see? Are we gonna see you in that car this year? And if so, what are your goals?
Yeah, you'll definitely see me in this car this year. Hopefully next week in the official opener of the series. Um, Not just a shootout here as they're running, but wish I could have been in this one. It looks like a lot of fun, and I'll definitely enjoy this car and hopefully be able to get a couple wins and even championship there.
Yep. Good luck with you. And as we go green, Dacian is gonna get out to a great start, and let's see how that goes with him.
Yeah, he got a great jump off the green lights there. Car's on the outside, not necessarily ready for that green flag apparently, but he sure was. So.
Yeah, we're gonna go on that gearbox of that number 01 machine. We're gonna see Steve K. Blankenship looking low. Look how close these cars are coming, and look at Charles Buchanan powering back to that high side.
Yeah, these things side draft amazing. If you can get down there, I mean, you don't even have to get close as long as you're side by side. They side draft really well, so you're definitely able to keep up.
Ooh, we got
speed.
one around. Charles Buchanan. What a save by that driver. Oh,
But
they're
there's
wrecking.
the-
They're wrecking.
There it is.
But it looks like the race is gonna stay green.
There's the yellow as they come back
there it
onto the
is.
track. Who was in on that one there?
We're gonna look at an instant replay.
Buchanan, both Buchanans, Mike and Charles, got into that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know why my instant replay really not working. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. We're not gonna be able to look at instant replays today. So, looks like we
Yeah,
got Steve K. Blankenship in the lead, so let's bring him up here for an interview. Steve K. Blankenship, you're up here with
Yes,
Jared
sir.
Cox and Robbie out in the booth. Got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So, it looks like you're leading this race. Everyone looks like they just dove down to pit road. How you feeling about that car? And you seem really fast out there.
Car feels pretty good. I hope it holds up here. I didn't know everybody's going to pit on me there. I'd have probably went in.
Yeah, but it looks like you got your boy Vern Bradley staying out behind you.
Well, that's a plus.
So, we were watching off of Nation's gearbox in that restart, and you really got up to him quick and give him some good shoves. What's your strategy here today?
Just try to survive is the biggest one.
Yep, and definitely, because we only have one fast spare, I believe.
Yep.
So, for the people at home, how big is it to win the inaugural race of a series?
I don't know yet. It would be big, I'm sure.
Okie dokie, and 13 laps into this race, looking pretty good. Steve K. Blankenship. Make sure to vote for him for driver of the day.
Thank
Steve.
you. Hey, it's good to see Jared back, too.
Thanks, Steve. Good to be back, brother. Hopefully be out there on the track with you next week.
Sounds good, man.
And anyone else you want to interview under this caution? Maybe Vern Bradley, our second place driver.
Yeah, let's bring Vern up. See what he's gotta think about the cars. See what he's thinking.
Okie dokie. Vern Bradley, Robbie Otter, Jared Cox up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yes, I do.
So you're in second. 13 laps into this series, this race, everything. How are these cars feeling out there?
It's the track's bumpy, being old Daytona, so we should put on a good spark show tonight. But the cars drive real good. I love them.
So, with that sun going down, is that going to affect the speed on that high side in a positive or negative way, or it doesn't really affect it?
We're hoping that it's going to do it in a positive way. Cooler track temperatures give us a little bit more grip out there, and who knows? We might be able to get out there and really dig on it.
Nice. And we saw you and Steve K. Blankenship stay out. You guys are teammates, it looks like. So, was that a team decision, or were you just staying out?
Actually, no, we didn't discuss it beforehand. I stayed out and realized that he'd stayed out too, so it kind of worked out for us that way.
So, are we going to see you two hooking up here?
Hopefully we can get hooked up with that 8 car and stay up front here for a little.
He's
Nice,
a drafting machine, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jared Cox, you got any questions you want to ask for him before we let him go?
Yeah, just one real quick one. So with that large spoiler you got on the back there, how difficult does that make the vision to see kind of around the car in front of you and see what's going on in front of the...
That's a great question. It does make it a little bit more difficult. You're not really going to see much past the car in front of you, so you kind of you're at the mercy of them and who's in front of them, so to speak. The one other thing that it does is it really allows these cars the opportunity to lay back and really get a run on those guys in front of them.
Yeah, I noticed that kind of the outside line with two or three guys is keeping up fairly good with about 4 or 5 on the low lines.
Yeah, it looked like both lines were able to stay pretty even, which was really cool to see. Hopefully we can get back to some more green flag racing here and people get the wrecking button.
I'm sure they will. Well, thanks for your time, Vern. We'll send you back down.
Thank you, guys.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Vern Bradley, 2-time Truck Series champion. And, talking about that Truck Series, I don't know if he's going to be running for it this year, Jarrett. So that series is wide open for a new champion.
Yeah, that's big right there because, leaving the door open, retiring as champion, I guess you could say. But one really cool thing that I want to speak on here real fast is, so this league, Vern, essentially made for all of the new kind of newer people, I guess you could say, to iRacing, or even people that aren't in a league. Essentially what we're doing with this, since the Cadillac is a free car, we're running all of the free oval tracks on it as well, just to kind of give people a foot in the door on league racing and how league racing works. So awesome job by Vern and everybody, you, Robbie, as well as our senior with the league and everything. It's really awesome.
Thank you.
That brings us to 1 to go here with the pace car lights being off.
What did I hit? Jared Cox is going to call this restart, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, bringing it around here, turn 4. Steve K. Blankenship, I believe, leading us to the green flag for the start of this here after caution. As the pace car is about to dive off, there it goes, and we are green here at Daytona.
Green flag in the air. We got Steve K. Blankenship leading it. Vern Bradley on his outside. Those two are teammates. Vern's not going to hook up with his teammate. It looks like he's going to try going right around him in that blue 13 machine.
And
wrecking
there's
again in the
crash.
back. We're going to try to look at that instant replay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not letting us look at this replay, boys, but yeah, oh, there it is. That's why. We're gonna try to look at this instant replay. Yeah, well, not let me look at that instant replay. I apologize for that. We'll have that fixed for next week. So, Steve K. Blankenship in the lead, Nick Gardner. Jarrett, who do you want to interview? You want to interview John Snow? He led some laps early on.
Who was that?
You want to interview John Snow?
Yeah, we can bring him up.
John Snow. Oh. John Snow, Jarrett Cox, Robbie out up in the booth. Got a copy.
I do believe he might have been involved in that wreck.
Okie doke, we're going to let John Snow go. And, we're going to interview Hal Amy. Hal Amy, Jarrett Cox, Robbie out up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've seen you in the mid-pack range. How's the car, and what are your chances of winning here today?
We got a good chance if we can keep straight. Stay out of the wrecks. Got involved in that one. Guy got a wall in front of me. Had to use our fast repair. So if we can hang on, got a good chance.
Got a good chance, Okadokum. And how is that? How's the car feeling? You know, with them bumps and stuff.
It kind of throws you around a little bit, but just gotta hang on it.
Okie dokie, and you know, with you being a former WFO series winner, just for the fans at home, what's some big differences between the Cadillacs and the stock cars?
These seem to draft up a little quicker. I think it's because of the wing and stuff, but they're a little more funner car.
So overall, would you say that you prefer this? Are you having fun out there?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Good.
And Okadokum, and you know, with them big wrecks happening more and more often, is that going to change your strategy at all?
Yeah, we're just gonna kind of lay back, see what plans out here.
Well, that's Hal Amy, guys, and thank you for your time, Hal. Well, we got time for another interview. And I just got to interview this guy, Dave Moody. Love this guy. Let's get him up in the booth. Dave Moody, Robbie out of Jarrett Cox up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, what you say, brother?
So how's the car feeling, Moody?
Oh, it's awesome. I love his Cadillacs.
So see you on the leaderboard right now, 4 laps down. How is that gonna affect you?
It's gonna be fine. We'll get back into it here once we get some of these cautions cleared up. I think what happened was that first wreck, one of the guys went past me upside down, and I think I caught a little damage from him I didn't know I had. So what I thought I was going in for was a quick little fuel and go. Turned out to be 8 minutes of pure torture.
Ooh, so are they gonna let you get them wave rounds or no?
Yeah, I think they're gonna bring me back around here to get some of them back.
Okie dokie, and you know, how big is it to win the first ever Cadillac WFO league race? Is that
That'd be
big?
huge, man.
Be huge.
It's fun. These things drive awesome. They hold themselves down.
They
So
drive
yeah,
like Cadillacs, don't they?
they do, man. Drive like a Lincoln.
So for the fans at home, we asked Hal this too, but what's the major difference between these cars and the stock cars?
The grip, man. These things. This track's running like a washboard right now, and these things just stick to it. It's crazy. We're throwing sparks. I don't know if you guys can see it on the broadcast or not, but everything, you know, it's throwing sparks and everything. So these things just hold to the track. It's amazing.
Okay, Jarrett Cox is gonna get the rest of this interview.
Hang on a second, somebody's in my ear. What'd you say?
So essentially, I'll be real quick here. So you can get your wave around.
Yes, sir.
Are you having fun out there?
Oh, dude, I always have fun, brother. You know, I'm upside down and having fun, man. I love this game. I love racing with these guys. This is an awesome league. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
That's why you're fun to watch and definitely fun to be on a team with. So good luck to you out there. Get you some laps back. Get back on that lead lap.
Thank you,
Good luck to you.
But I sure appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Good luck out there, Moody.
Thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's David Moody. We won't meet a nicer guy than that. So, Jared, we're 20 laps into this race, not even halfway left, and we only got 8 cars left on the lead lap.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. These new, not necessarily new cars, but new, new butts in the seats as far as actually racing these things around an oval. These guys aren't very familiar with these cars. Definitely haven't been racing these as long as the K&N cars, even the Cup cars. Some of these guys have raced more than these Cadillacs. So, it's free. Nobody's paying anything. So it's kind of one of those deals where let's go out there, have fun, man. Get your nerves under. This is the race to get buckled in and see what these things got, because you're not going to be at a faster track all year than this unless these things go to Talladega, which Talladega isn't free, so I don't think we're going there. But it's definitely fun to watch, and like Moody said, they're getting wave rounds in this, they're getting wave rounds to get their laps back, so we'll get some more cars here on the lead lap, and this will be definitely a fun wrap up here, even though we're not even halfway through it. I see this going green after this restart here. Everybody's kind of got their butterflies out of their throats now and settling down. So
Yeah, definitely. And we got Steve K. Blankenship registered as our leader, and those two teammates up there, Steve and Vern, should be interesting how they do this restart. So if you and your teammate are up there, are you gonna work with them? You guys gonna get in line, or are you gonna race?
Well, being lined up next to Steve, he's definitely a better pusher than he is a puller. So I think I'm gonna try to get the lead from him and have him push me around the track. In the trucks, for sure, a guy's a torpedo coming through there. I mean, he can push a whole line if he has to. He's just one of the best in this game at pushing people. So I think that was Vernon. That was probably their strategy off the last start. We just didn't get far enough into the run to kind of see it play out. So.
Yeah, definitely. And coming to the green almost here, what are you going to be expecting? Pace car pulls down. Here we go. Once again, green flags in there. We are racing at Daytona with these Cadillacs. Vernon Bradley gets a good start with a push from that, I believe it is Mike Buchanan behind him. What a push. These guys are pushing really hard. Don't got a big pack, but it looks like it's going to be good racing. Lap 22, ladies and gentlemen. Vernon Bradley on that high side trying to get around Steve K. Blankenship. Off of turn 2 behind Steve K. Blankenship. Haven't really talked about him a lot. I believe it is Rick Reinhardt. I believe Nick Gardner is on the high side. My apologies for that.
No, you had it right. Nick Gardner's on the low line behind Steve, and that's Rick up top pushing Vern. So.
Yeah, Nick Gardner's doing a very good job. We know he's aggressive at these plate tracks. And it's shown right now because he's in second place. Hal Amon behind him on that inside. Vernon Bradley holding his own on the high side with Rick Reinhardt behind him. We hit lap 23 as we come out of the tri-oval. Here we go in turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. As we're going to go in turn 2, you're going to see these cars bump and spark maybe a little bit. Out of turn 2, still side by side for the lead. You got Steve K. Blankenship.
2 up to 3. Somebody making it 3 wide there, trying to go through
wide
the middle.
in the back. You got to back out of it. In that, I believe that was a number 9 machine of Herman Reynolds. Looks like Moody's up there. Remember, Moody's not on the lead lap, but hell, he's still racing.
There he is. He's getting her done. Got Hal down there on the bottom, trying to give it what he can to push that bottom line. Right now, top line's had more cars in it, as that pink car back there. I'm not sure what number that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go in car with our very own David Moody.
Oh,
Big wreck ahead of him. Oh, sparks flying
That's
everywhere. The
Vern.
second we went with David Moody.
That's Vern and Rick into the wall there.
Vern got involved.
Yep, that was Vern.
Try to do this. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's just not letting me do this replay thing. I don't know why. So we got a couple cars in the garage.
Looks like coming out of turn.
Looks like he's messed up. We still got
Yeah,
Steve K. Blankenship leading this thing. We got our very own Hal Amy in third. So since this is fun race, we're just gonna interview people because we can. So we're gonna go interview Nick Gardner because he's the highest person we haven't really interviewed yet. He's running in that second place position. Jared Cox will get this interview. Just give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Gardner, Jared Cox, Robbie Oddie, got us.
Nick Gardner, got a copy?
What's that, buddy?
How you doing? This Jared Cox, Robbie Oddie up in the booth. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. So having a pretty good race here, sitting in P2 right now behind Steve. See you up there in the mix. Giving some pushes, taking some bumps from behind. How you liking the track and in the car so far?
So far so good, man. I know Steve's got a really good car, so I'm trying to just take it easy and only bum draft on the straightaways. These cars here, this is probably my first time racing these cars on an oval, so I do my best only to bum draft on the straightaways. I don't like how they look when you bum draft in the corner, so I try to take it easy on that. So starting on the outside, I honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I feel more comfortable starting on the outside. So I hope to lead this pack and get this thing home to the checkered.
Yeah, the outside line seems to be the preferred line because going into these corners behind these cars, it's very tough. I ran some practices. I know it's very tough to see that yellow line around that spoiler. And it's very easy to kind of wash up the track. How is that affecting kind of the speed of that bottom line? Is that what's going on down there? You guys are having to check up to keep from washing up?
Yeah, the spoilers make it a little tough, because they're so wide. That it makes it hard to follow the yellow line. So really the whole time you're just following the bumper in front of you. And as squirrely as everything is, you're just trying to stay in line. So, so far, everything's working out all right. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to stay in line and only trying to bump on the straightaways where I can actually see the car in front of me because the corners, with that big spoiler, makes it hard to see. So, you can't really side draft with these things. I feel like the only time you can side draft is in the corner to stay with the guy beside you, but you can't really use the side draft to pass the guy. So it's different, but it's really fun to drive.
Yeah, definitely looks like you guys are having a lot of fun out there. We'll let you get back to it. I think you guys probably got about 2 to go. Robbie, you got any questions?
No, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks a lot for joining in. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the race here. Hopefully, we make it fun for you guys.
It's been fun so far. Good luck, man.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, well, we're going to try interviewing Johnson New again. Hopefully he's here. Johnson New, Robbie out of Jared Cox up in the booth. Got a copy? I guess John is not here, so move him back down. And I guess you want to interview Mike?
I think he's about to leave, actually. I think he just parked it in the garage, so.
Good outcome. So looks like we're gonna get a couple drivers laps back. We've had a lot of wrecks here tonight, but you know, Steve K. Blankenship, we've run 27 laps. He has 15 laps led. That's a lot. That's over half the race. So I think he's the favorite right now. We got Nick Gardner. He did a great job. You got Johnson New. It looks like back there, and I believe it's Hal Amy. Bunch of guys out. Looks like we're only gonna have about 5 cars left in here. Dave Moody's still running though. So that's a positive.
Yeah, Moody's back there. He's only 1 lap down with the lights off there on the flag or on the pace car, and got 5 on the lead lap. Well, is that 5 on the lead lap? Is that right? Only counting 4 out there. Oh, waiting on Vern. Vern's back at the end too. So 5 on the lead lap. Moody's 1 lap down. So hopefully this is hopefully it goes green from here.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, we just gotta go green. You know, we probably got enough fuel in the tank. 22 more laps, and at the rate we're running, I don't know if everyone's gonna be here for the end. I mean, we might just have 2 cars if we have another wreck. You know.
Yeah, that's very true. We might be down to about 4 or 5 cars to end this thing. So hopefully these guys get it settled down here and see what we're working with.
Gadoka pace car pulls down. Steve K. Blankenship going to leave us to the green. Green flag's in there. We're back racing at Daytona. Nick Gardner gets a good start, but it looks like he's going to side draft him a little. But here comes Hal Amy on that inside. Going to push Steve K. Blankenship out. Vern Bradley, he's fighting back on that high side. Johnson New seems to be falling back a bit. And then we got, David Moody seems to be falling back a bit. And then we got Johnson New.
Yeah, Johnson New fell back a lot. I'm not sure if he's got some damage on that car, if he's not getting the full RPMs that he should be getting, or what's going on there. But definitely.
And then we got Nation 01 sticking with the pack, so that's good. And then we really got 4 clean cars here tonight. And look at them drive. Hal Amy pushing Steve K. Blankenship as we come to lap 32 by 2. And Vern Bradley seems to be doing a better job pushing Nick Gardner. But here comes Nation to help out in the bottom.
It's actually Moody there down at the bottom in that General Lee 01.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the inaugural race of this series. So, Jared, how big is it to win the first race of a brand new series?
Well, Robbie, I'll be honest with you, it's never happened to me. But I know if I was in these guys' shoes here, I'd be tickled to death, and it'd be definitely be well worth it. These guys put on a great show for us every single week, no matter what series it is, who's out there running, what car they're running. It's always good racing. Oh, as we get a little squirrely there. Vern backs out of it, but I mean it's got to be amazing. It's got to be awesome for these guys if they do pull this out and win this very first race of a brand new season, or a brand new series rather.
Yeah, definitely. And also you'll probably, people will always go back to this race and say, like, when you're looking back, a couple years from now, and hopefully the series is still going, they'll remember who won this first race.
Absolutely, and even with it, just being a new series, Robbie, I'll ask you, how does it feel to win a shootout at Daytona under the lights?
Well, I was actually able to experience that in the K&N series. I actually won that race, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to get your season started off on the right foot. You know, I think you can carry that momentum, and that momentum's going to help you get more momentum, because if you can win and then you can carry that momentum to another one, that one's going to help you carry more momentum. So I think, just getting into victory lane early in the season is really big for a championship run. And that's what I'm looking for out of one of these drivers. And, I see Vern Bradley, I see Hal Amy, I see Steve K. Blankenship. Those are three names that really pop out at me right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it feels great, like you said, about that momentum. It boosts your confidence. You you know how to drive the car. You've proved that, and then it also makes the other drivers around you respect you a little bit more, because they're like, well, this guy knows what it takes to win. So if they see you in that rearview mirror, they're gonna race you with a little bit more respect, and give you not necessarily give you the position, but maybe make it a little bit cleaner on you.
Yeah, definitely. And, guys, just to remind you guys, don't forget to vote for the driver of the day. Whoever wins that driver of the day, we will interview them after the race as long as they're in Discord. So make sure to vote for that driver of the day. But good race, and probably one of the longest green flags we had so far. But they cannot get cleared. I mean, they've been double five. Looks like Nick Gardner's getting a bit of a run, but Steve K. Blankenship ain't giving up.
Yeah, some really good side-by-side racing. Hal falls off kind of a little bit in the corners. Maybe not quite as confident pushing through the corners as Vern is. Vern's definitely a veteran, and Hal is as well. At that point, it just kind of comes down to what are you comfortable with doing, and Hal seems to be doing it right. Going into the corners, giving Steve a little bit of room, and then getting that run back through the back onto the straightaway, giving him a little extra boost, and that's ultimately what's keeping him just a nose ahead there on them straightaways. Although I say that, and Gardner gets that run around the outside at the line there. So,
And we're gonna go on board that roof with Vern Bradley, because I want to see how good of a job he is pushing, because it is not easy to push. As we see, we're on board with Vern Bradley right now, and look how close he is to that Nick Gardner machine. He's going to suck up to him on the back straightaway, and he's going to shove him. He's going to shove him, trying to be as straight as possible, and he's going to stick on that nose as long as he can. Looks like Nick might get cleared here. The question is, will he drop low? Oh, he cannot get cleared. So we're going to take a couple laps on this roof cam. But while we're doing that, Jarrett, I got a question for you. Out of this top four, I want you to rank them 1 through 4 and give me reasons why.
oh, that's tough, man. Rank them how I think they're going to finish this race, or
No,
just
just
however I want.
like, maybe like talent, or like, I don't know, whatever you want.
So, overall, I would say Vern in this pack here, number one, has a lot of experience in this game, a lot of experience at these big tracks. Obviously, this is his league. Not that he necessarily makes the rules so that he can win, because we all know that that's not true. But he's definitely has the speed, has the aggression, but also, as how it goes through the infield there. Oh, and comes up into Moody. There's a caution. But as I was saying, he's a veteran at this game, in both racing and mindset wise. Number two, I would probably have to give to Mr. Steve. A little bias there. He's a teammate. He's a great guy. Great guy to be around. Great guy to talk to. Fantastic, guy to learn this game from. Has a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge on the game when it comes to the actual racing aspect of it. Nick Gardner. I'll be honest, man. I don't know a whole lot about him. Hopefully this year that changes. can talk to him a little bit. We had him up here in the booth with us. Seemed like a really cool guy. So I'll give him the number 3, just for that reason. I don't really know him. I don't really talk to him. So I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, knows how to race, all that good stuff. It's really hard for me to put Hal at number 4, just because I know for a fact Hal is a fantastic guy. Would give anybody in this league the respect that even if you've done nothing to earn his respect, he's going to give it to you, just because that's the kind of guy Hal is. Which makes it hard for me to put him at number 4. If anything, I would put him closer to number 1 with Vern. Hal definitely loves the game, loves the community, loves this league. I just think that with a little bit more time behind the wheel, Hal will definitely be a force to be reckoned with as far as when it comes to finishing these races. He's always a guy that's there about mid-pack, towards mid-pack, keeps his car clean, respects everybody when it comes to racing around them, does all that stuff. And then Mr. Moody, I'll put him in number 5, simply because he doesn't have the seat time that the other guys do. Mr. Moody's a fantastic guy, funny guy, makes you laugh, makes you cry sometimes because you're laughing so hard. Fantastic guy to be around. He just needs more seat time, more confidence, essentially, to put his car where he wants to put his car and go with it. And I think really that's all Moody needs. It's weird. It's weird to say this in a WFO race league because there's so much give and take with these guys. But Moody, I think, just needs to be a little bit more aggressive, if that makes sense. He's afraid to. He's timid to make a move, and that's normally what causes the mistakes. Is his rethinking himself, because he makes a decision. Let's say he wants to go from the high line to the low line. The guy beside or behind him sees that, goes one way, and then he rethinks it. So then that normally causes the distractions there, and that's essentially what causes most of his incidents, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. And while we have this time in caution, we're going to bring up Hal Jr., not racing this season, but a great guy, and son of Hal Amy. Jarrett, you got this interview.
Mr. Hal Jr., how you doing, bud? Got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. I see you out there watching. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that. Thanks for calling in, phoning in, whatever you want to call it. How are you enjoying the race so far? How's it? Only 3 cars here on the lead lap. Well, now 4 if Moody's back down. So 3 cars on the lead lap. But all in all, what do you think about these cars in this track?
Well, it's unusual to me, but I'm glad that the guys enjoy it and people like coming to watch it.
Yeah, definitely glad people like coming to watch it. I've been around this league about a little over a year now. Whenever I first joined, I do believe that you were doing some racing. Any thought on getting back into it, or?
Well, as of right now, I'm taking a bit of a lazy break. I'm hoping by this weekend to get my iRacing renewed, and then we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Hope to see you out there at some point this year. I know Mr. Senior's a pleasure to race around. I can only imagine that he fell right in them footsteps and are just as easygoing as he is. I know from talking to you from time to time, you definitely are. So definitely looking forward to seeing you out there, and wish you well. And thanks for coming out and watching. Definitely thanks for supporting the stream and the league and everything. And once again, man, hope to see you out there. Robbie, got any questions or?
Yeah, I got a couple. Hey, Junior. And first time you get out there in the league race, and you're gonna be around your dad, what's gonna be going through your mind?
Well, my main focus is gonna be not letting anything go to my head and trying to help these guys out there the best that I can, and hopefully it'll.
Yeah, definitely. And who do you have win this one?
I was kind of hoping to see somebody like Chance win it, or Dad, or even Steve or Vern, but I'm gonna have to go with Dave Moody's gonna come back.
Ooh, Dave Moody, interesting pick.
Shot in the dark there. That's nice. I like it. I mean, I hope you're right. That'd be
Yeah, definitely. Well, Hal, thanks for your time, and hopefully we'll see you in a race car pretty soon here.
I hope so, guys. Thank you for having me up here, and have a wonderful night.
enjoy the rest of the race. I'm sure we will. So, with the pace car lights off here, coming down the back stretch, we're looking at about was that 10 to go at the or 9 to go at the stripe. What's it?
Yes, it is. We got about 9 to go when we cross the line. Looking like we got Vern Bradley, Nick Gardner in a prime position here. People haven't really talked about our race. Johnson new. I don't know if he has engine damage because he wasn't able to hook onto the draft last time, but he's up there. And then we got Nation without a hood, but he'll drive that thing till it blows. So just guys remember to vote for the driver of the day. And yeah, here we go. Nick Gardner on the outside, Vern Bradley on the inside. This should be an exciting restart with about 9 to go. Here we go. Green flag in there. We're racing at Daytona. Nick Gardner on the high side. Does not look like he has any help. But Steve K. Blankenship behind. Vern Bradley's going to push him. This might be a 3-car breakaway. I don't think Johnson is going to be able to catch up. And Nick Gardner left out on the high side. Those two teammates on the bottom could be lethal here to the end. Steve K. Blankenship starting to push Vern Bradley. Here they come out of 2. Nick Gardner side draft, and he will not give up. Down the back straight. Here we go. Nation without a hood, staying with the draft. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is some great racing here to the finish. Robbie, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to vote there, but I typed in the chat there in YouTube. My vote for driver of the day again. A little bias there to Mr. Steve K. Blankenship for. Oh, there's another crash, and that will not bring out a caution just yet.
Well, that will unfortunately not bring out a caution, but now we got a 3-car race. Steve K. Blankenship, Nick Gardner, and Vern Bradley. Vern Bradley, 2-time Truck Series winner. Most career wins in the WFO Series. Owner of the WFO Series. Could he win that inaugural race with these Cadillacs at Daytona? Daytona, you need to win at Daytona in stock cars if you want to have a good career. And that's what Vern Bradley's trying to do. The last time he went at Daytona was a truck race last year. It was a shootout, actually, against Jeremy E. Miller. It was a thriller to the end. Can Steve K. Blankenship push Vern past Nick Gardner? That's the question as we come across the line, hit lap 44. Nick Gardner not side drafting, but he's not going to give up on that high side. 3 cars left, and they're putting on a show.
Nick Gardner on the outside by himself is just staying right with them, too. I mean, they are locking bumpers down the straightaway, and he's just staying right there beside them.
We're going to go in car with Steve K. Blankenship, and look what he's seeing right now. Look at him just bang Vern Bradley down the back straightaway. And, dang, that's just hard racing.
Yeah, and if you watch from the TV cameras, I'm not sure. Well, it's a little bit. They're kind of taking or getting a little bit of push on Gardner there, but watch going into these turns how Steve kind of washes up the track and kind of every now and then going into like one here. Take a look. He'll wash up and maybe just touch Nick right there. I mean, and it's not something that he's doing on purpose. He's not trying to slow him down or wreck him or anything. It's literally just the lack of vision that he has going into those turns. As you know, Vern's got the clear track in front of him, knows when the track's turning, and Steve's just kind of got that half a second delay, and it just causes them to wash up the track there a little bit.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, Nick Gardner does not want to stay behind our very own. Oh, contact! Steve K around. That's
That'll
gonna
do
bring
it.
out a caution. That might end this one. Nick Gardner's gonna
Very
save
well.
it, but that may do it. Will Vern Bradley be the first ever winner in this series, or will we get a restart, an attempt to go in?
You may get a 1-lap shootout here between Mr. Gardner and Mr. Vern, and if that's the case, man, whew, what a finish that'll be. I'm not sure if Steve can make it back to his pit box or not. No, and I think he's used his fast repair already, so I don't think he'll be out there to joust this one out with him. But I think that will officially give him third, no matter what, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, he's a lap down. I think John Snow might snag that place up because he's only 2 laps down. Is John Snow still on track? No, I don't think he is.
No, I think he has put it in the garage for the night. We got Hal sitting in the pit still, Moody sitting in the pit still, Vern's out there, Nick's out there, and Steve's in the pits. So I do believe officially that gives him third place, but we'll wait and see what we got going here. Maybe getting the one to go this time around.
No, well, I don't think so. We're going to go on board with this stop with Nick Gardner. We see him pulling the car down pit road. Pulling into his pit stop now.
I think he's getting some new tires and maybe hope for that outside, and maybe them new tires will get him around Vern there to end this, or
I don't know what he's doing. He might be pulling the car off, honestly. Tell me if he gets going.
Got going on here, coming out of 4, here's the pace car. Oh, somebody took off out of the pits. Who was that? Oh, Steve took off out the pits.
Yeah, but he's
But I do
one lap
believe
down.
he's still a lap down, but as long as the lights don't go off here on the pace car, he'll get that lap back.
What's is Nick Gardner moving here, bud?
He is not. He's still sitting there, flashing his lights.
Oh, he might seal his fate because Vern Bradley's coming around. Is he gonna get going?
That puts him officially, I think, a lap down. I don't know if he thinks maybe this thing's over, but Steve might come back around and maybe take over second place if Nick doesn't get back out there.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, it wasn't the best race for green flag running. Hopefully next week will be a bit better. But this is why we do these session tunes. You know, the podcast isn't perfect, right? But we really get to see, we get the drivers get a bit used to each other. And hopefully it'll be better next week.
Uh-oh. They're bringing Steve Blankenship back around for this 1-lap shootout here between Vern and Steve.
If the pace car lights go off this time by, it will be 2 laps to go when we go. It will be 1 lap to go when we go green.
1 lap to go, be a 1-lap
pace car
shootout.
lights
So
don't go off.
we'll
then,
see if they go off. Because Steve's now officially on the lead lap. Still sitting in.
Nick Gardner still sitting in the pits.
He is still in the pit box. So I guess he hung it up, and we'll see what happens here whenever Steve. What's this?
Will the
Steve's
pace car
coming
lights
down the
go
back.
off? That is the question.
Got Steve coming into 3 right now. Let's see if these lights go off. It'll be a 1-lap shootout here.
Yeah, they do.
Lights are on.
We're gonna have a 1-lap shootout, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna come down to two of the best in this league. It's gonna come down to Vern Bradley and Steve K. Blankenship to win the inaugural Cadillac race. Who do you have here, Jarrett?
Oh man, I tell you what, this is gonna be a fun race. Who do I want? Both teammates. Whew. I'm gonna go Steve. I'm gonna give it to Steve. He's got that preferred outside line, unless Vern takes it from him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're Steve, do you stay on the door? Do you go with the side drafting? Do you try side drafting to stay on the door, Vern? Or do you try dropping back a lot and getting a run on the backstretch?
See, that's the thing. I'm not sure, because I don't know if slingshotting necessarily works. I'll tell you what I'd base it off of, depending on what kind of jump you get. If he pulls in front of you, I absolutely drop down, get that draft through the corner, keep it all the way through the back stretch, and then going into turn 3, that's when you make your move. But if it's a drag race down the front stretch and a drag race through 2 and 3, you just keep it and hope that your new fresh tires do you some good here.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have 1 lap to go. Looks like Steve has to start behind Vern because he has that EOL. The pace car light down. Green flag in the air. One more time around. Can Steve K. Blankenship get around Vern Bradley? Does not get a good start in that restart. Vern Bradley going to do everything he can to win the inaugural Daytona race in this Cadillac Series.
Gonna suck up to him.
Come down to the wire. Steve K. Blankenship going to fire that thing through 1 and 2. Look at him gain out of 2. Here we come to the backstretch. Down the backstretch for the final time. Here we go. Does Steve have anything left in the tank? What is he going to do? Vern blocks.
He's not blocking. They're just kind of staying there on the yellow line.
Steve pulls high into 3. Does he have anything left?
I don't know if he has enough.
He might get the run on. He looks like he's there. He's there. Who's going to beat him back to the line? Steve K. Blankenship on the high side. Looks like he got an angle. Here we come to the line. Side by side.
And
Steve K.
Steve
Blankenship did it. Unbelievable.
Wow, what a finish.
What a finish is
That
right.
Is absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm proud for him. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. That's a fantastic finish to not a very great race. 2 cars here finish this race out. But I mean, a fantastic finish. Made it very exciting to watch. That's awesome.
Yes, indeed it was. And I cannot believe Steve K. Blankenship won that race. What a race and what a finish. How about we go get that Steve K. Blankenship and talk to him?
Do you want to start with Steve or do you want to start with Vern? Yeah, let's start with Steve.
Okay. Steve K. Blankenship, you got a copy.
Yeah, man.
So we were shocked. We thought you went up a bit too late, but unbelievable with the side draft. And how'd you do it?
I think Vern helped me out there, but after I dropped him there, he just didn't have no help,
Yeah, definitely. And you are the first winner ever in the Cadillac Series. How does it feel?
Feels good.
Now, coming down that back straightaway, did you think you had any chance at him?
Not really.
So you win the race. You outduel a 2-time Truck Series champion. I mean, you got to be satisfied with yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy.
So what what type of momentum are we going to see this machine carry through to next week?
I don't know. I hope we can run good next week. We should have a bigger field next week and maybe not as many cautions.
So you kept that number 8 machine out of trouble. How big was that for you?
It was big. We kept it clean there till the very end, then we got a little damage. Got it fixed back up, though.
Yeah, looking at your car here now on the screen, you finished that race without a right front quarter panel. That's very impressive.
Well,
Very
Mayhem
impressive.
said that, but we thought he was crazy.
Yeah, Mayhem was right. You do
Yeah.
not have a right front quarter panel.
Well,
Okay, dokie. Well, thank you, Steve.
that might have been the advantage then.
It made that car a little bit lighter.
Yeah, there you go.
But before we let you go and get Vern up here, just want to say congrats, from the teammate here to another. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. You got anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors or family, friends, anybody?
Yeah, thank you, and I want to thank you all for broadcasting, and thank Vern Bradley and WFO, Hal, Amy, everybody. It's a lot of fun here.
Okay, dokie. Well, that's your very own Steve K. Blankenship, inaugural winner here, the Cadillac Series in WFO. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Now we're going to pull up Vern Bradley. Vern Bradley finished second, heartbreaking on the last lap pass. How you feeling, Vern?
I feel good. Me and Steve worked together all night long. Finishing second to him don't sting too bad. There's nothing you can do when you're the lone duck there. If you're restarting second with one to go and there's only 2 cars, then the second car's got the advantage.
So, Vern, you led 10 laps. You had a fast car. What came? I mean, you kept the car clean. Did you think Steve was going to be able to pass you after you pulled high?
Absolutely. Once these cars, you get such a run on the car in front of you that all he had to do was get the run and pull high, and he was going to go by me.
Nice. And, we had a bunch of wrecks tonight, but you were able to pull through. These
cars are very difficult on that track because when you get in the corner, the cars start bouncing around so much, the track's so bumpy. And if someone's bump drafting in the corner, and the guy in front of him gets wobbly from the bumps in the track, then it's going to create a caution, and we've seen that a lot tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And, was that high side the preferred line, or did that ever come in how you wanted it to, or what line did you guys want to run?
I don't think there was a preferred line. The high side was okay, but to my point, from what I could see, it didn't have no advantage over the bottom. It all depended on who was working together, what 2 cars were drafting.
It looked like no matter what line you took out there, you looked like you were in a bouncy house out there and going through them corners.
Yeah, it definitely felt a little bit like a motocross track in the corners.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. Before we let you go, we all just want to say thank you for everything that you do for the league. Do you at this point want to kind of go over what this series is about?
Yeah. The Cadillac Oval Series is what I call it right now. It's going to get an official name, obviously, before next week. This series was created with a free car on iRacing, and it's going to run all free tracks for the 15-race schedule. This series was really designed not just for people to come and have fun in on Thursday night, but for people who's brand new to iRacing, who doesn't want to spend out the hundreds of dollars to buy the tracks that we run on the other schedules, or anyone's schedules as far as that goes. They can come in here and race all 15 races, not have to buy a car or the track. So it's a huge advantage for a guy that's just starting out, or a road course guy that doesn't have all the oval tracks that wants to get into oval racing. This is going to be a good intro for those guys to come in and do that.
Absolutely, and that's awesome of you to do. Not a whole lot of other leagues, if any, out there running all free series. So that's very awesome, and it's awesome that very welcoming to even the new guys that don't have the seat time or or you know, necessarily the confidence that most of these guys in the league have. But not one of these guys in this league are going to shy away from that and
Yeah, and
welcome everybody with open arms. So that's awesome.
That's the whole, Jared, you hit the nail on the head, and that's the whole concept of it. Mike Buchanan was a good example tonight. He brought his brother in here, and his brother's brand new to iRacing. And this series is geared for stuff like that. And we have so many veterans here that are willing to step in and help out. And even other guys that have learned from the veterans, in the past couple seasons, those guys will step up and help out too. And really what it does is it'll look rough the first few races of the season. But once we get those guys running with us, they'll smooth right out just like anyone else has in the past. And the racing by the fourth or fifth race of the season will be awesome the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
Yep, definitely. Vern, you got anyone you want to thank, sponsors, that type of deal?
Yeah, I don't have my paint job on this car yet, but we're going to fix that before the season opens. I got to thank Amy Contracting. Hal Amy and Amy Contracting sponsors me on any car on iRacing I want to do. So I have to thank Hal Amy at Amy Contracting for that. I want to thank WFO Racing League. All the people that make this league up are what make it as great as it is. And I want to thank you and Jared for doing the broadcast tonight. I'll get a chance to look at it afterwards, and I'm sure everything went perfect. And I really appreciate you guys stepping up and doing that.
No problem, man. As owner of the league, we figured we'd put you behind the wheel of a car at least one night a week. So
yeah, it feels good. It's weird not being in the trucks. Last night, not being in the truck felt weird to me. But I'll be honest with you guys, on Tuesday and Wednesday night, I'll have so much fun broadcasting. I don't think I'm going to miss it that bad.
Man, it brings a whole new perspective to the game whenever you're up in the tower or up in the booth broadcasting. So we'll let you get down and get that driver's meeting done and wrap this up. So thanks again.
Yeah, we'll see
thank you
guys.
guys.
Vern. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna pull up Nick Gardner. Jared, you're gonna start this interview.
Right. Hey, Nick Gardner, Jared Cox, Robbie Audi up in the tower. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, rough finish there for you towards the end. What happened there? We seen you pull in the pits there. Did you just have too much damage to go back out on the track, or what happened?
Yeah, my steering was off by way off. It was honestly, I got no one to blame about this but myself. I know a lot of drivers say, "Oh yeah, I could have won that one," but I really feel like I had it. I know I did. I screwed up in the beginning of the race, the first caution. I followed all the leaders down pit road, and I totally forgot to uncheck my quick repair. So because of that last wreck, if I would have had my quick repair, it would have been the three of us. I would have restarted probably like third, maybe second, whichever. Either way, I would have fallen back, because practicing with these cars as much as I have during practice at Daytona, I would have fallen back on third on purpose, and I would have got behind Steve probably, and got the draft just enough to get up on the high side and pass them both and win the race, because I did that a few times. I don't know if you guys noticed from the booth, but I did that a few times, and I was able to get right beside Vern coming out of the exit of the corner. By the time I reached our finish line, I was almost leading the thing. So I feel like even by myself, without any help, I could have got it. But, that's racing. I did it by myself, and man, these cars are fun. Holy moly. This is my first oval race, and I had a blast.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a lot of fun from up here. We actually did notice that. I pointed that out. With both of them down on the bottom pushing, you seem to stick with them pretty well, and that was very impressive. I don't know if that's got to do with the driver and the seat, or if that's just how well that these cars can hang with each other. Either way, impressive. Again, hate to see that end for you how it did. You definitely had the speed, definitely had the talent to go out there and win that thing. I don't know if you necessarily seen the end of that, but end of that race quite how we did, but that's exactly how Steve K. Blankenship just ended up winning. Pushed Vern down the backstretch going into 3, sent it high and ended up a nose ahead. So you had the right strategy in your mind. Unfortunately, just couldn't play it out with the steering. But congrats on third. Taking some momentum into next week, the official start of the point series, essentially. With that being said, Robbie, you got any questions or anything?
Not really, man. You're on the vocal point of the broadcast. We were talking about you a lot. You're up front. But mostly just good job. And anyone you want to thank, sponsors, that type of thing?
No. I just want to just thank you guys really for being able to broadcast this thing for the guys watching out there. A lot of people watch this, and I think you guys do a great job and did a really good job tonight. I feel like it's a really good idea to be able to interview drivers under caution and kind of, especially the guys up front or whatever, and kind of figure out their strategy and what their plans are. So I definitely give credit to you guys. I think that's actually really cool. First time I've been interviewed during caution, so I definitely think that's really cool. And hope you guys keep up the good work, and we'll see what happens. Really hope this is a good season this year for everyone. Hope the fans really enjoy this year.
Yeah, definitely, and good luck for the rest of the season, bud.
Good luck, Jay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Robbie, I know we need to wrap this up and stuff, but I do want to mention that the number 8 of Steve K. Blankenship also took home the Driver of the Day award. I think we did a long enough interview with him. He thanked everybody, and I'm sure he's very proud of that. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Wait, real quick before we wrap up, can we just interview Moody? Because I love that guy.
Yeah, we'll do a quick interview with him.
Hey, Moody, Jared, Robbie up in the booth. You got a copy?
I'm here with you, man. What's going on?
So, we saw you. You ran well, then you wrecked. You ran well, then you wrecked. So what happened?
I wrecked.
You ran well and wrecked. Ain't
That's right. Pretty much
Mayhem.
summed it up. Yeah, it was mayhem at its best right there. We were running pretty good, and I saw Hal go down in the grass. I didn't know he saved it because once the sun goes down, you can't see nothing but the car.
Until they hit you.
Yeah. I didn't even know he hit me. I just was spinning. I didn't even know what happened. I thought, man, somebody's got behind me here or something. And I watched the replay while I was getting towed in, and yeah, Hal had saved it and come back, and I didn't know he was there, and he didn't know I was there. Just like, Daytona at night.
With no lights. All right, well, thanks, Moody. We just wanted to do a quick interview with you because you're a pretty cool character. We'll see you down there in the podcast.
You bet, man. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all did a great job tonight, man. We appreciate y'all hosting for us, putting it on.
Yep.
Thanks, man. Congrats on the 5th.
So I'm Jared Cox. I'm Robbie Audi. This is Jared Cox, and we're gonna go down where the drivers are sitting right now, and we're gonna go in that podcast in about the next 30 minutes. Kids, if you're watching, time for bed. Just shut off the YouTube, and me and Jared are gonna go down there right now and start this podcast. Ready, Jared?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I really think the most fun
we are
is gonna
here
be
live
running
with the podcast, boys.
We're live, Audie?
Yeah, with this podcast.
All right, we got to quit talking bad about them, guys.
What?
Oh, man.
I already
You should have heard Moody in here. Mayhem Moody.
Hey!
Did anyone notice Steve Blankenship's paint job tonight?
I did. That was
I
amazing.
did.
I couldn't get the replays to work.
I couldn't
The
make it out
naked
too
clown.
much. I was pushing it.
Yeah, I was pushing it
He's
too.
too
So it was
close, Hal.
hard. It was hard not to notice.
I saw it. I started motorboating.
Guys, Nation, oh my, dude, he
He
didn't have
started
a nose when he was,
motorboat.
like, sticking with you guys.
Motorboating,
I
he
was like,
said.
my jaw was down. I'm like, how was that car, 1, running, and 2, sticking with the pack?
Yeah, he hung in there, didn't he?
Yeah. I think we interviewed about almost the entire field.
Wow.
We had about
That's
25 caution laps, so we had to do something.
Yeah, there was a lot.
At one point, I think it was like the second caution. I'm like, why am I just sitting here?
I don't know, but something told me by the third caution that was going to be all about who finished the race, who had a car at the end.
Yeah.
Because I knew there wasn't going to be very many of them left.
Was that was that race broadcasted on WFO or what was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a bit rusty, but it was.
Nick, all the races now, whether they're there'll be different commentators some nights, but all of them will be on WFO from now on.
Okay, cool.
Nick, it's gonna be Vern. The people who are gonna be consistently here, right? It's gonna be Vern. Gonna be Tuesday and Wednesdays. That's gonna be the consistent person. And then you're gonna have people flowing through, and then you have me Thursdays with people flowing through.
10-4. Well, I'm gonna try to make, like I said, like I told you even in the interview, I'm gonna try to make most of these races. I know I did a terrible job near the end of the season last season. I was really disappointed I couldn't make them. Near the end of the year, just got too busy.
You're fine, man. I know what you do for work, so
yeah. But hopefully, I should be able to make most of this because, like I said, unfortunately, I can't make the Cadillac race next Thursday or the truck race on Wednesday. But I'll definitely be able. I have 2 weeks off, so I'll be able to do some racing in there before we go to Martinsville. So it's all good. We'll make it work.
awesome, man. We look forward to seeing you when you get back, and always wish you the best of luck when you guys are out on the road.
Thanks, man. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed my new picture on my deal though, but they did some moving around, and I'm on a new truck this year, so you guys got to root for the old '88 of Matt Crafton because they moved me. So
We'll do it,
Awesome.
man.
Heck yeah.
yeah, thank you.
They hooked you up with a good guy there.
Yeah.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
What are you, like a pit crew
You weren't on a bad team before though, but they hooked you up with a legend in that.
Yes, sir. I really like Ben Rhodes only because me and him we literally live like 10 minutes from each other. But I mean I'm still okay with the old 88 situation. So plus I always liked the number 88 because I was a junior fan back in the day.
There you go.
I'm a mechanic on the 88 truck at the racetrack, and I also I also wrap and put all the decals on the trucks, and also install and plumb the motor. So I'm the guy that starts the motor at the shop, the racetrack, and I do mechanical changes in the rear during practice and stuff. So
basically,
Awesome.
Robbie,
Cool,
he's
man.
pretty much a big deal.
yeah, kind of, yeah. So I try to the old lady, she knows how much I'm gone all the time. So fortunately, I like to thank her a lot because she lets me get on here and race with you guys because I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gone all the time, but can I race with the guys?
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, so I really like it on here, and yeah, it's really cool. I like it on here. So you guys are hell of a
Great
fun
bunch to
group.
race with, ain't it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
It's still nothing really changed in that aspect. We've just added Mayhem Moody now, so
That's
we got a
right.
little more entertainment.
Yeah, I heard that guy's crazy.
You heard right.
You heard right, that's for sure.
Sort of
You get them on the track around the 3-car, and it's like they're magnets.
Oh, come on.
That's true.
Oh, here we go. Well, you gonna take that Al? I can't believe he's talking like this.
And then to have them on pit road before the race and the Daisy Dukes, that was just classic Moody.
I'll have to put them on my list too of cars to pull over during the Cadillac race and my old sheriff car, if you know what I mean. Come on.
Man, I love the paint job.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. I came across that. I'm like, oh my gosh, the guys are gonna freaking think that are badass. Only if I could add like red and blue lights to that thing.
Yeah, if that had beacons on top, dude. that'd
Dude,
been
you
phenomenal.
just have to drive the whole race flashing your headlight.
I know, right?
Just key bind that to the gas pedal.
Yeah,
Correct.
bind it to the gas pedal, and you could
Oh
run
my
around the
God.
whole race and fly.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure.
And then
Oh,
when
gosh.
make it so when you hit
You
the
might
gas
cause
pedal-
somebody to have a seizure, though.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, no shit. Especially somebody who's been drinking too much and decide to come on here and race. Be like, holy fuck, the
Jason.
popo's on my ass again. Even in our freaking simulator game, they're on my ass.
Cough,
You
cough,
hear me
Moody.
now,
Uh,
Nation?
Moody
Yeah.
and Nation.
Yeah. Be like, man, how'd they catch me in this race rig here? I got it taped to the floor.
Are you kidding? Sir, I swear, even in my simulator, I'm still wearing my seatbelt. I promise.
I was just going home, officer. I promise.
Nation probably does have that 5-point harness on his.
I didn't mean to get into the wall.
I hope he did. He took a pretty rough
He
lick.
ain't got no 5-point harness on his
Yeah.
desk chair. I promise you that.
I hope he did.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause he was on his lid.
Maybe
Some
a
nights
beer
I'm pretty
holder.
sure- Some
Yeah.
nights, yeah. Some nights I'm pretty sure he falls out of it.
Falls out of it, even though it's a non-motion one, or what?
It don't. If it was moving, it would just make the fall hard.
If it was moving, it might make him stay in the chair.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Providing he was moving the same way the chair was.
Well, if it's a movable one, he'd be screwed like a place like tonight at freaking Old Daytona. Holy crap, that place is.
That thing jostle your lunch right out of you.
I think he disconnected because you made him spill his beer.
Oh, Nation, if you're listening, we still love you.
We do.
Speak for yourself.
You passed that.
You still love me too, Nation.
So does
Although I got my trophy back, I finished in front of Nation.
That's right.
Oh, there you go. How them
Every
wreck
time
Nation
I
out
went
to
on
get his
board
trophy
with a
back.
driver-
Oh no, I didn't. Don't
Guys.
even go there.
Every time I went on board with
I got wrecked because of that.
Yeah, Hal, I literally went on board with you, and the second I went on board with you, you start spinning in circles
When?
in the race.
Which one?
When you went through the infield.
Gentlemen, I'll be back in about 5
That
minutes.
one?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, things kind of disappeared fast there.
Yeah, when it got dark, it was rough, wasn't it? Especially when you was tucked up behind another car.
I was trying to push Steve, and he decided to go low, and it put me way low.
It was fun. When we interviewed Moody, he said he lost you in the dark, and then you just came out of nowhere.
He found me.
Yeah. I didn't even, like I said, man, I didn't even know it was him. I was just spinning. I'm like, what just happened? And then, then I got to see it on the replay, and I was like, oh, Hal came up. That's where he came from.
Moody done thought he lost his whole front end.
Yeah, Vern
Ran
called
over
it. He
and
said,
started-
Hal saved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saved it
He
for
saved
about
it
2
right
seconds.
up in the Moody.
Then you
Saved
got
it.
mayhem.
That's right. Then the insurance man came.
And I got plumb run over.
I'm a car.
Daisy Duke,
Stealing
give
your
me
car.
a slight poke.
It all comes back to Daisy Duke.
That's right.
And a lot of pressure.
There wasn't no slight poke to that. That was a full on right there. I'm not sure that I didn't get poked.
Jesus Christ.
This went south quick, didn't it?
Really quick. Really quick. I thought we were going uphill for a second, but we took a quick roller
We
coaster
took a
fucking
turn,
south.
didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Bigger.
Man, there's nothing fun. Them Cadillacs are awesome, dude. I love riding.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're
They are
fun.
very fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what kind of races are on the schedule. Like I said, I've never raced this things on oval, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was practicing with Hal, and in practice earlier with Hal, and we were having a blast. It was
Yeah.
So I guess I think Vern was trying to make a determination if he's going to run Daytona next week or not. If we're going to go a different track,
Right.
say.
Yeah.
I guess the caution count wasn't too bad, but then again, like we didn't have a whole lot of cars, so I don't know. It just depends who you run with, I guess.
It was kind of odd because I think how crazy things got when the sun went down.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yep.
realistically, what we should do if we do run Daytona next week is maybe start it into like a late afternoon, so that it doesn't get dark as quick.
Because it's so rough and so hard, you can't.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he didn't
Buddy.
start it in late afternoon, but
I think it was sunset.
was it?
Yeah, I think there's a sunset option on there. If it was late afternoon, I mean, because I did a practice session in the Cadillacs in the afternoon, like on my own, and I mean, you're not going to be able to tell much of a difference. I mean, the track temperature on those tires don't make a whole lot of difference whatsoever.
Right.
Well, you guys know why there were more cautions when the sun went down.
Why is that?
The full moon.
They had Daisy Duke up there being flag girl, and you guys couldn't
That's
see her
right.
anymore.
Hey, no, they had the insane naked clown car driving around the track.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I think if Moody had that neon green car, I'd have seen him coming.
Yeah.
You think the results would have been any different?
No.
That's right.
No, you just would have seen it.
Just knowing you was getting hit.
I had a handful of shit, and then it become worse.
Well, I'd come in to see what you guys were up to, and next thing I know, Audie's like, "Hey, you want interviewed?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And he's like, "Well, who do you think's gonna win?"
Got out.
The suspense is killing us.
I was gonna say I'll finish that for him if he don't want to finish it.
I think he's got some latencies. Be back in a minute, maybe.
I think he's on his phone.
Yeah,
He went
is.
to a commercial break right there, hanging around.
He got booted.
Gotta watch the podcast to find out what he thinks.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Come on, tell us.
I don't know what you're doing with Daisy Duke, but that's the last part we got.
Yeah, I picked David Moody to win.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh my
crap.
We waited all that time for that.
I get back on the broadcast. There's 4
See there?
laps left, and he's 4 down. I'm like, oh.
Yep,
That ain't happening.
it happens that fast, brother.
There's where you sold that one shirt, ain't it, Moody?
That's right. That's it. My number one fan, Hal Jr. I didn't realize how much rougher that Daytona is than the other Daytona.
Dude,
It's
I tell
bad,
you
ain't
what, it
Golly.
Oh,
Who-
just snapping them corners.
Who was it? Was that you, Moody, asked the other day when Nation was in here if the bumpy one was a new one?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Nation said, yeah, they repaved it and put a bunch of bumps in it.
He said, yeah, they made the new one worse.
Wish they'd get that straightened out every time I hit them bumps and spill my beer.
Now that means old Phoenix and old Pocono gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Pocono's going to be bouncy.
Old Pocono is going to be a trampoline. But I think it's going to be a blast.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to send it around the 48.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lap 1, send it.
Jared knows all about that on the last lap.
Don't even think
Yeah.
about it. He'll put a teammate.
Hal Jr., I'm glad you finally stopped being lazy and got in here on that Pocono race. I feel like I'm on a trampoline. My car just launched 50 feet in the air.
Whatever you do, don't try to get a run on Greg.
Greg will put you in the wall, and Steve has to push you across the finish line.
Yeah. We've been there and done that, ain't
That's the only way I finished that race.
we?
That's where mayhem comes in as a great equalizer.
I could have used you.
I'll just pull a Ricky Bobby and sprint across the finish line.
Oh, Greg took us to school last year in that.
Oh, man, Greg's good on Pocono.
Yeah. In the trucks he did.
Ooh.
In the K&N he had a lot of trouble. It was mainly lappers that was his trouble.
Yeah. Well, Greg has the worst luck of anybody I've ever seen. It's like the other night, man, he was running really good. Then all of a sudden, somebody just drove into him, I think.
He literally, Pocono last year in the K&N went from first to last to first like 3 times.
In
Yeah,
the
he's
K&N,
tore up every time, wasn't he?
in the K&N, me and him got together.
Oh yeah, me
Yeah,
and Steve were
that
down in the team chat, man, trying to keep him from flipping out. Dude, it was bad.
and then we get him calmed down. Something else would happen to him. Then we'd have to calm him down again. He'd ease back up to the front.
Vern even had to come down there and make sure he was all right.
Yeah.
I'm back, boys.
Then we all three teammates there piled up at the finish, didn't we?
Yep. I think that some bitch ended up getting third place anyway.
Yeah.
Knocked me into the wall of 7th.
Where's Vern?
That's the only thing I hate about that netcode shit.
Oh, it wasn't that code. He did it on purpose.
No,
we were just going for it.
Oh yeah. When you
was
when
that
you got
code.
into him, yeah.
Guys, where's Vern?
He had to run. He said he'd be back. in
I
about
probably
5
went to get a drink and stuff.
Yeah, smoke.
All right, boys, ready for the questions of the days?
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, whenever you guys have personally gotten into the league, who have you guys seen change? Oh, wait.
Daisy
Oh,
do.
Here it is. Who have you guys seen change their driving style the most?
Robbie
And I did
Otti.
not get these off 25 NASCAR driver questions.
I'm going to say Robbie Otti.
Do we have to explain our answer?
Yeah, we'll go down the list to see if we'll come back to you. We'll go from high to low. So, Jarrett, you're up first.
So I'm starting first.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I'm going to change my answer.
Sorry, just keep
If I don't
going.
get to go first. Go ahead, Jared.
Do they still currently have to be in the league? Because I'm not really sure who all's.
Yeah, they have to.
You know,
They have.
still-
Well, all right, they have to at least participate in the later half of season 2.
What was the question again?
Fuck, I just flipped it.
It was a really hard question.
All right, since you have joined the league, who
I believe it's a
has
trick
been-
question.
Who has
Yeah.
changed their driving style the most?
Who has changed their driving style the most?
Yes,
Me
I think-
personally.
what?
Okay,
my
Jared.
All right, Jared Cox, you're on first, going down the list.
For my personal races, watching this guy race last year, even through the year, I haven't seen him race at all this year, but Jeremy E. Miller is probably my vote, simply because whenever he first came into the league, he was, into everything. If he wasn't into a wall, he was into a car. Just driving overly aggressive, not necessarily being dirty, but just being overly aggressive, causing accidents. And he seemed to kind of tone it down a little bit and learn kind of the style of the league of the, give respect, you get respect type of thing. So that's probably.
I agree to that. I was a victim of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nick, you're up. Good answer, Jared.
Honestly, I don't really have an answer because I don't know. I guess I haven't raced with everyone long enough because I've only been here like a season and a half. So I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't.
Steve K. Blankenship.
I'm going to go with Robbie Otti. Me and him got together quite a bit there to start. And he always got the better end of the deal somehow. And then once Moody door slammed him there under caution, I believe that changed something.
Yes, steering ratio.
Put the tires back into alignment.
Yeah.
It always.
I'm going to say Moody's improved a lot, but he's pretty consistent.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
In the wall. Okay, Moody, you're up.
All right. For me, it's everybody else. Just to me.
You're consistent, ain't you, Moody?
That's right. I'm consistent. Everybody else has had to change to get out of my. They're like, oh God, here he comes. Get over. Get over.
Okay, dokum. Hal Amy.
Oh, there's quite a few of them. But the most.
Yeah, the fucking most.
I'll go with Adi too.
You gotta explain why.
He's after Kansas. Gonna just throw Kansas.
Yeah, after
After
Kansas.
you okay.
After he door slammed me in Kansas.
After you fucking swiped my nose and took us both out of contention.
Nah, he's just a good competitor, and he's clean. He's gotten a lot cleaner running beside us.
Hal Jr., you want to answer this, or I don't know if you can, but you can try.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure of racing with a lot of you guys, but
You've watched a lot, though.
Yeah, have you seen like different people? Like I don't know.
I'd have to say going back to season 1,
Ooh.
I would watch drivers like Dad and Steve go out there and be clean.
I had a little bit of a rough start in one.
I'm gonna answer this. So I'm gonna answer this a bit different. So I'm gonna answer it from my perspective, right? So
You
I'm gonna
can't
say
ask the
Vern
question
Bradley,
and
but
then
I need
change
to
it up.
explain this. Like,
See, Audie, it's good racing with you.
Yeah.
so I don't think Vern Bradley has changed his driving style. Great guy, clean guy. I'm just how like as I've been getting better or more experience, I see how it's done, right? Because the first time, you know, I think it was between season 1 and season 2 recruitment race, right? And we're at Auto Club, right? And I'm used to, like, you know, you give people like a half a lane, right? So we go down to 3, right? And he fucking pinches me, so there's not even an inch. I'm thinking to myself, what a fucking asshole. But that's how you got to race. So
Yep, good racing.
I wasn't used to it. He kind of
See, Audie.
Yeah.
he was kind of one of those people who like made me realize, like, oh fuck, like that's a requirement almost. Like that's what helped me, you know, get better closer racing with people. Because honestly, if it wasn't for that, that's what really opened up my eyes. It's just those little things that you fucking learn from
You
him.
definitely can learn a lot from Byrne if you follow him and pay attention.
Okay,
He has helped me tremendously.
Really?
Me too.
'Cause, I mean,
He's helped me a lot.
yeah, I mean, he's helped me.
And I'm
And
going to tell you
he
someone
doesn't even, like,
too.
he helps you more.
I know who you're going to say, I believe, Hal.
And I got
He's back in.
2 other guys in here that can test to what I'm saying is a fact, and that is John Houston.
Wait,
Yep,
what was
I
the
agree
question?
with you.
Yep.
What's the question?
He helped me a lot.
Helps you.
Vern's back there, Audie, if you want to ask him the question now.
Oh, Vern.
Yeah, if you want to call him an asshole to his face now.
Yeah, if you want to say that again.
Shut the fuck up.
Good racing with you, Audie.
All right, Vern.
All right, he'll see the podcast.
Yes.
Audie.
All right, so next question. I mean, same question. So who, since you've joined started the league, who have you seen driving style change the most?
What?
Oh my God, one sec.
Whose driver style have you seen change the most?
I don't know that anyone really typically ever changes their style. So I'm not sure how to really answer that question.
Or like gotten like
We weren't
cleaner,
either,
like,
Vern.
less aggressive.
So you don't think you're saying you don't think it was you then, Vern?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Moving on. Next question. Who have you guys Hey, shut up. Everyone, shut the fuck up. Who have you guys liked to see? Like, if you like, who have you liked? Like, who do you enjoy watching race the most? Like, if you're not gonna race, you're like, who? Like, when you watch the broadcast, like, who do you always like to see racing?
Pick me.
All right, now we're gonna go from bottom to top. So, Vern, you're up first.
All right. Everybody, really.
I was just gonna
That's
say
what I was
that.
going to say. WFO.
Yeah.
So I
I
want
mean,
to watch.
that's what it's all about.
It's about every individual.
There's so many different people that I know that I personally find myself pulling for, that it encompasses everybody.
Not only that, but when you get
I'm happy for any of the winners, period.
well, and then when you get people that run in the back and you see them in the front, that makes you feel good.
Yeah, it felt good seeing Nation up there tonight
Yeah.
Yep.
and last night, as far as that goes,
He ran a race last. He raced last night.
or
Yeah,
night
he
before
raced.
last.
4.
Yeah, he's in the
Okay,
can.
next question.
Yeah, he ran the K9.
Let me find a good one.
He did run the truck.
Yeah, Google
All right,
it.
here's a good one. What lessons have you learned from other drivers on the track?
Patience.
All right,
ain't
hey,
first,
hey,
you're
not your
last.
turn. Not your turn. We're gonna go from the bottom to the top. Vern, you're up first. You've been racing since the 20th century, so you should.
The biggest thing I've learned is how to control my temper better.
Really.
Amen.
I don't think that it's perfect yet, and it may never be, but I do know how to contain it better now.
Well, we got rid of one.
Talking about
We
patience.
got rid of one disease, so that
Everyone
helped.
remember last year when Vern got hooked by Nick?
Oh yeah.
I heard you. What the fuck are you saying?
I'll never forget that because Vern looked at me like the new guy who didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So I just got completely
let me just-
annihilated.
Why are we
just-
bringing up old stuff?
What that's what we're doing, dude. We're not gonna fucking look to the future and say, what
Let me just give you a side view of this. You got to realize that sometimes when Vern ran that truck, he's in the admin tower with me. And when someone like Thorndike or someone turns him, you don't even know what I hear.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
I'm up. So the most valuable lesson I probably learned on the track was, which I still need to learn, is probably like how important it is to save your tires, especially early in the run, because I used to just fucking go balls to the wall, and I would either hit the tires would either go or I would wreck.
When do you not go balls to the wall again?
Hey, last year at Homestead, I actually saved my tires, and I was good on the lawn.
Only when it goes across my nose in Kansas.
You mean when you
All
fucking
right. Nick.
Okay, Junior, got anything?
Yeah. 1, I need to get on the track more. 2, do not rear end people when you're trying to catch up on a caution lap because they may or may not.
Yeah, don't race at Kansas. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas was a bad week for me.
Hurry up, man. Get to me. I got a couple of good ones.
I forgot the question already.
What lessons have you learned on the track?
Can I have your turn now?
Yeah. What have I learned?
Yeah.
Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
I think that's
learned
what
a
it was.
lot. I learned a
Valuable
lot.
lessons.
I've learned from a lot of good people. A lot of good people helping me, patience, and just taking your time, working your way up through there.
Moody, you're up.
All right, the main thing I
He ain't learned nothing.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, Moody.
main thing I've learned is when you're getting to get your lap back, you got to go on the high
Oh
side.
my god.
Go on the low side.
Fuck you.
It goes wrong.
And you don't fucking try driving through people.
He has learned how to cut off them Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, am I up?
Are you ready?
All right. The biggest thing I've learned is we go on green every time, and then have fun. And there's a lot of good guys here to race with. It's a lot of fun.
No passing before the start finish.
Yeah.
And we go on green all the time.
All the time.
Go 3 wide at the start finish.
I learned how to start my car.
Yeah,
Just
true.
the dog kick the wife.
Yeah.
All right, Jarrett, you're up.
Well, go ahead, Nick.
I thought Nick.
All right. I learned that some of the tracks we race at that are a little tough. Alcohol is the answer, and you don't think about it as hard, and you just go out there and you race, and things work out.
Nice.
That's right.
That's a good one. Too bad I'm not old enough to drink.
It's better to drink and drive for Sonoma.
Yes, but be careful because rumor has it there is a sheriff out there in the old Cadillac.
Yeah, I seen him.
I seen him too.
I think he pit maneuvered me into the grass.
I'm pretty sure I knocked his back bumper off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Jarrett, you're up.
Probably the most valuable lesson that I've learned in this league is respect. Just go out there and respect who you're around. Respect the leaders if you're being lapped. Definitely give them the preferred line. Even ask them before they get to you, what line they want. Definitely this league is all about respect, and that's probably one of one of the most valuable, not so much lessons that I've learned, but it's definitely a league built around respect.
Nice.
That's a
I
good
like
one.
it, man.
That
I
is
like
a good
that.
That was
Very
good.
well
I like
put.
that.
I will tell mine.
Wow.
If
I
I
tell you
could
what I
make
learned.
sense-
For Daytona, but it's working.
Yeah, way to make
I
us all
like
look
it.
bad.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm sitting over here acting like a drunk over here, which I haven't really drunk during any of the races that we've raced except for 1 or 2. So thanks. Look like an alcoholic now.
All right, next question.
You're being respectful.
Next
alcoholic.
question.
Damn you for drinking on your days off, man.
No kidding, right?
What is the hardest oval track and why?
What?
Something.
What?
What is the hardest oval track and why?
Dover.
New Hampshire.
Hey, whoa. Jarrett, you're up first.
I'm up first. Hardest oval track. Does Eldora count?
We're gonna go no.
Yes,
because
it
everyone's gonna
does.
fucking say that.
It's an oval, right?
Yes, it is.
I mean, yeah.
I got a good
It was
one.
really for pavement, but if you want to
But
go Dilly, you can.
realistically, I would probably say Dover's pretty tough. I mean, you normally get maybe 1 or 2 good laps on there, and then everything else you're just clenching the butt cheeks and hope that it's driving straight.
Nice. Okay, Dover's one. Nick, you're up.
You guys might think I'm crazy because maybe I haven't raced on it long enough, I guess. But I would say IRP, and only because I know it's more of like you got to run the high side most of the time, and I'm not like, I mean, on some tracks I just can't do it, especially on a short track. Just run the high side.
What's IRP? What track is that?
Indianapolis.
Yeah, the short track.
What's the dog leg?
Okay, Steve.
I'm gonna say Darlington.
Oh, you took mine.
For Hal.
You want to answer why?
Oh, it's just rough.
Okey-dokey.
It's just hard to get a
Moody.
hang
Oh,
of, man.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Moody. I know a lot of tracks are hard for you, but you got to pick one.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Kansas was pretty easy for me.
Fuck you.
No, I guess I'd say, man, I don't know what the hardest one was. I had a bunch of them. Man, I don't know. I can't think of one right off the top of my head that was any harder than either of the others.
Oh my god, just fucking
Oh
pick
my
one.
gosh.
Say any, meeny, miny, mo, I pick you.
Moody, go with Bristol because it's hard to get your car fixed before they come back around.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
The good one. Hal.
I'm gonna say Darlington too because of your
Copycat.
Darlington stripe.
There you
No,
go.
that's a rough track.
Hal, you're up.
Any short track ever, because I suck at them.
Okie doke.
Amen.
Okay, and then oh yeah, it's my turn. I'm probably gonna have to go with I mean, I like Bristol, but I think it's
All right, you can say Kansas. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can't wait till Hal. Next time we go back. to
Moody
Mile
said
and
you
a
better
half, I'll
say
make sure to
Kansas.
That's right.
I think it's. I'm gonna say Bristol just because you have to. If you want to be faster, you gotta be right up by that wall, and it's hard to be consistent when you're, literally inches from that wall. So I think I'm gonna pick Bristol.
I love Bristol.
I'm gonna go find more questions.
Where'd
What
Vern
about
go?
me?
Yeah, what about
Yeah,
Vern?
what's going
He's
on?
still here.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Skip
Vern.
me. It's for me. It's New Hampshire. Well, you got to hit your braking point perfect every time, or you blew the corner. It's like running a road course on an oval track.
Yeah, I don't think I've ran that track much.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Where were we at, Vern, when you passed the blimp?
We were at Daytona or somewhere when I did that.
Was
one.
we?
Yeah.
I think so. That was crazy though. I just
I don't
flew
know.
right over top. Of
Got
the
up
blimp.
there.
It's like I got stuck in the air. I was pretty sure that I landed on top of the blimp and rode around for a while.
I've passed the blimp at at Indianapolis in one of the Delara 18s or whatever the heck they are. Dude, I got launched through the air.
I did it in a truck.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I think it was Homestead.
I don't think it was a big track. I think it
was
been
Homestead. Now that Hal's right, because I got it saved on my replays, and I'm pretty sure Hal's right. It was Homestead.
I believe it was.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, we made contact, and I just shot straight up in the air and just kept going and going and going and going until I disappeared.
I'm just glad I wasn't involved in that one.
We already had ours fixed before he landed.
We've never seen it landing here.
Man, I'm getting aggravated as hell.
Why?
I can't get my wheel calibrated.
Why?
I don't know.
You just ran a whole race. What do you mean?
No. My other wheel, not that one.
I told you he threw me a bone.
That's right.
He didn't even have his wheel calibrated.
I hooked it up just like I unhooked it, and it tells me Logitech profile was unable to detect any game controllers. And I've reconnected and connected the device several times, so I think
that mayhem voodoo.
That's right. It's working fine.
I think my wheel might be fucked, boys.
Uh-oh.
Time to break out the side.
One of them.
Yeah. I'll have to drop down to my $1,800 wheel now.
Yeah.
Not
Please,
the
I
Momo.
don't use these. You see how cheap my wheels were, you'd laugh at me.
I'm a little concerned how Dustmaster's going to be.
What are you talking about?
That other wheel.
Why are you concerned?
I don't know.
You're the one that wanted it.
He's got one of them removable wheels, and it ain't even supposed to come off.
I gave you the wrong price earlier, too, Hal.
Okay.
It didn't include that adapter from Ricmotech I forgot about.
All right.
I got the questions, boys.
Oh, he's back.
Woo.
It's about time.
Google is slow.
Ready for the question?
He's on.
Yes, we're ready.
Okay. What was
Is it
the
two-parter?
dumbest thing, like rookie mistake type of thing, you've ever done in league racing?
Uh-huh.
We're going to start with my very own Vern Bradley.
The dumbest, most rookie thing I ever done?
Yeah, like a rookie mistake.
I can tell you this because it happened to me about 2 years ago. I was, when it was a year ago, just over a year ago, I first started using the Oculus Rift on iRacing, right? So I was trying to get used to the F1, F2, F3, F4 keys. And I make that look easy now, but I learned that you keep your keyboard in one spot and make sure that fucking thing don't move. Because I was in a race over at another league, and I was running really well that night. Tim Hamlet, he'll be back in March or April, but he was spotting for me, right? And he's like, man, we're doing good, and you're fast, Vern. I said, I know. We're going to have a great night tonight. And I'll be a son of a bitch if I didn't go to hit my F4 key to turn my fast repair off and just booted myself right out of the fucking game. No, I shut my engine off. That's what it was, and couldn't get it restarted because I had the Oculus on, so I couldn't see the keyboard.
Oh, no.
And I'm trying to hit the I button to get and then the S button to restart it, and I couldn't get the freaking thing refired. And I look like a complete jackass. They're like, damn, Vern, what happened? I'm like, shut my engine off, and I can't see my fucking buttons.
You should have blamed an electrical issue that something just happened.
I told the truth. I thought about that, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to tell the truth because maybe someone else will get an Oculus and something similar is going to happen, and they'll know not to let their keyboard move around.
Okay, I guess I'm up. So, probably the dumbest thing I did. Ooh, there's a lot of dumb things I did.
I know, come across my nose in Kansas.
Well, the thing I can think off the top of my mind in WFO, Kansas, you know, I'm stuck behind our very own Hal Amy for 8 laps going, right?
Your very own Hal Amy?
And I think Alex was spotting for me that race. And Alex like,
I'm worried about who might have had them Daisy Dukes on now.
And Alex is saying to me, "Well, he's holding you up. We were fast. Like we were really fast. I mean, Hal was fast, but once we got into that race, I mean, we were flying, right?" And he's like, pass him. So I tried passing him low, and he was too fast. Like you cannot pass I could not pass Hal low. So he's like, well, you gotta get to the high side. I'm like, where the fuck do you want me to go? So I got this run, and I'm telling you, there wasn't a centimeter between me, the wall, and Hal's quarter panel. And I told myself, we're probably going to wreck, but I'm there. So I kept my foot on the gas, and we wrecked.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah, I'll have two. Hal wrecked me.
And the other thing to do that, if you involve Moody in the conversation anywhere, you're bound to get wrecked.
What originally I was going to say was the dumbest thing I ever did was take Moody and Nation 3 wide at Daytona.
That was stupid. That wasn't a rookie mistake, though. I mean, that was just stupid.
That's how you learn.
That is exactly how you shouldn't have to do that to learn, is the thing.
Junior.
Most of us already got that. If I see Moody and Nation side by side, you better believe I'm going to be a fucking half a lap ahead or behind them.
I know what Junior's going to be.
Mine would probably be a pass because I haven't done a league race.
Well, you were in with us, but it's probably the caution deal where you hit Reinhardt.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Oh, when he hit him in the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about when Moody ran into the back of Audi?
Fuck you.
Moody didn't run into the back of him. He door slammed him.
Yeah.
He put me all the way into the fence. I almost had to get a
He put me into the fence.
He put him in row 1 over the fence.
I guess
In my defense, guys, he was blocking me.
What?
He learned
That's another obstacle, wasn't it, Moody?
That's right. I was trying to get around him there. He just kept blocking me, so I went low, and there he was.
I guess
Moody's like, leave my Daisy Dukes alone, motherfucker.
I guess my worst rookie mistake would be trying to catch up on Dover and rear end and Springer.
That was funny.
It's tied.
Cutting out again.
At Bristol, I went to pit, and I missed the pit entrance. And then Nation came around and spun me. And I ended up taking out half the field.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Well, that's your story, too.
Senior up.
Mine's going to be, I think Vern was spotting for me.
Oh, God.
It was either in an official race. I think it was in an official race. And some guy talked me into running triple screens. And I was leading a race, and I didn't shut off my Windows updates. And all of a sudden, my computer went tunnel vision.
Yep. I remember that one well. He was about ready to win him an official race in the truck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I almost remember what track we were at.
I can't wait to hear it.
Was it Auto Club, Hal?
I
think it was Auto Club.
It was indeed Auto Club.
Yeah, it was. It was Auto Club.
Yep, I think it was Auto Club. I come in and he's running official, and I was proud of him. I'm like, good, get your I rating up. That's good. And I start spotting for him, and he he went tunnel vision.
Unglued.
You were pissed. I kept telling you, calm down. Just race it with one screen. I said, just keep doing it. One screen. You don't need 3.
I can't see it. I can't see it. It's too deep.
Yeah, you ended up winning that, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, you finally told me to hit my Alt-Enter key, and I did it real quick.
Good outcome. That leaves that very own Moody. This should be interesting.
Probably my favorite one was rookie mistake was when my steering wheel came off in my hand. I was drafting.
Oh my gosh!
Man, that's happened many a times to me throughout the year.
Oh man,
I broke the fucking armrest on my desk chair one night, fell all the way out of it. Ripped the steering wheel off the desk, tore it to the floor.
That happened to Houston too.
Yeah, Houston's rig broke on him, didn't it?
Well, he fucking built a PVC rig and didn't glue it together is what happened to him. He didn't glue it together, mounted a seat and a steering wheel and stuff, and then got in it and tried to race with it. We're talking about plastic PVC pipes. So you explain to me what'll happen when you don't glue it.
Moody, what was yours?
Steering wheel coming off my hand.
Come on, Moody. That's the dumbest thing you've done.
I don't think so, man. I watched your race. I don't think that's it.
He's not putting a lot of thought into this.
No, he's not.
That's the dumbest thing that I know that I've done. You all have been doing this long enough. You know all the other stuff.
Unfortunately, Moody, I've been in that admin booth when them guys come in and rip me an ass about you. And then I go back and look at the replays. I'm like, fuck, he did do that.
Yeah. It's all good, boys. I got deep shoulders. You can jump there.
That's how you learn, though. That's what I told them. I said, he's brand new. He's learning. That's what I use that on you all the time. I'm like, that dude's brand new. He's learning. You got to teach him.
How long are you going to be able to use that?
I'm going to try for 3 or 4 years, honestly.
There you go.
I mean, we're in this new thing. Moody's new for the long run. This ain't nothing that we're going to do short term.
Yeah, we'll have people who.
He's in it for the long haul.
I'm in it for the long haul.
If anybody's complaining now, they just need to go back and watch last season. They shouldn't be complaining.
Well, that'll be the end of it. I think you know one thing I've noticed about you this season, and that's racing with you. I've noticed this, Moody, and even broadcasting. You can hold a line now, brother.
Yeah,
you can hold a line.
Way.
Oh, yeah, he's up in the front, man.
I have no problem racing around you anymore.
I have a little, but that's it.
I don't have any.
That's because you always reckon me, Yachty.
Bro, I was scared to death pushing you yesterday. You
the only problem I have is when I come back on the track.
Moody's in your way.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna work with Nation that Cadillac, make them fast.
Well, I feel like this is starting to be a pick on Moody thing.
Steve, you're up. Steve, you're up.
I think
you had
done a lot of dumb stuff. I guess one of the worst ones was when I called Richard Springer Jerry Springer, I think, over the radio, and then running over people under caution too is pretty stupid. I've done that a time or two.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I got ran over under
on.
caution.
Nick,
Steve's being modest. The dumbest thing he ever did was set me down at a computer at work.
Nah.
He had you doing iRacing at work?
No, he showed me your all stream.
Oh.
That very
Showed him
night,
the stream and he was hooked, man.
I went to Best Buy after work that night. I had a wheel and pedals.
I went to Best Buy. I got it done. I went straight to Best Buy.
Oh yeah, honey, I went to
$299 later, I was racing.
Got me one of them Hamlets with the headphones in it so I could hear you guys. I was ready to go.
All right, Nick, you're up.
So I have two. One's quick. One is I was running, I think it was season 2. I was running third at Chicago. I felt like I could almost win the damn thing. It was coming down to fuel mileage, actually. And I already had it figured out. I was going to just stop short, freaking just put, half a can and just pretty much save half throttle around the track enough to freaking bring her home. And coming down Pitt Road, I fucking spun out and wrecked the fucking truck because I totally forgot I was on worn tires, so I didn't have the grip to slow down. Fucking wrecked, so I was an idiot there. And then I'm pretty sure Vern remembers this one. Maybe a couple of you guys do, maybe Hal and them. Last season, believe it was season 2 as well. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was the same race, maybe Daytona when me and Vern got into it. I wrecked the whole entire field because I made the excuse. It was not an excuse. I promise you to this day, I was not lying when I said this. But we were all driving, freaking. It was tight racing. We were I don't know. We were 20 laps in. Everyone was close pack racing, and I wrecked the whole entire field. I think I was third or fourth, and my freaking cat jumped on my fucking lap.
I remember that.
And all of a sudden, fucking, soon as we go into turn 3, I'm like easing, and my cat came out of nowhere and jumped on my lap. And
I remember that.
You remember when I said how that motherfucker's cat didn't do that?
I swear, dude, it was a true story. I freaking swear. And to bring it up today should show you
That's
that
funny.
that was true. I swear. I was so my old lady locked that damn cat in the bedroom. She thought I was gonna skin that damn thing that night. I was so pissed because I'm like, dude, everyone used their quick repair. Everyone's pissed at me. Like, this is gonna be a bad. When sure it was, because then I had Vern screaming at me, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I was like, honey, get the fucking computer out. We're putting my shit on eBay. I'm done.
I'm done.
I
I told Hal it was funny that you brought that up because what was the first thing I said, Hal?
That fucking cat didn't fucking do that.
I knew it.
I'm like, I told Hal and fucking, I think it was
What
John
the fuck
Houston
wrong
in
with
there.
that fucker?
I said he wrecked the whole fucking field and blamed it on his cat.
Yeah. I know pussy comes first, but damn, like, come on, man.
I don't know. Fucking.
I think we had a meeting with you after that, didn't we?
Oh yeah, dude, it was crazy. I was like, guys, I swear, and that's why
Now we
I
know
didn't
it's
even,
this cat that did it.
I
All
didn't
this
even
time, I never knew that.
I didn't even know how to start up the suit. Like, I didn't even know how to do it because it was all quiet after the race. Like, I could tell everyone was pissed because it's fucking quiet when no one is talking. And I was like, oh my gosh, how do I start this out? So, of course, the first thing I say is, so you guys won't believe what just fucking happened. And, like, of course, no one's replying. And I'm like, okay, still quiet. Crickets, okay. I'm the new guy, so of course they're not going to believe me, but I'm going to tell them anyways. Yep, my cat jumped on my lap, and I wrecked the whole field. Sorry, guys.
And from that day on, he locks the cat out of the room when he races.
You damn right.
Be a cat.
You damn right.
Let Jared go.
Stupidest thing I probably ever did, and I hope he's listening to this, and it was be outside of Gregory Ruark on the final lap at Pocono. Because teammate or not, he's going to put you into the wall. No matter
Hey, the gloves are off, man.
So, but
You talk about Rourke and Pocono, that only brings up one driver in my mind.
yeah.
One driver
stop
only.
It. Stop
Mister.
it.
He got the nickname Mr. Send It.
Here it comes.
Hal Amy. Turn 1, right when they took the fucking green.
Me
Turn
and Jared had to
one.
be in the channel with him.
Yeah.
He was pissed, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was the same day Vern had to come down to our channel, not once, but twice.
Twice.
All right. So what was yours, Jared?
Just being outside of Greg.
Just for the record, I felt bad about that.
I know you did. You felt bad
Don't
for
stand
a
between
whole
Greg
season.
and a checkered flag at Pocono. That's about the dumbest thing you can do.
Well, no, the dumbest is wrecking him in turn 1. But
Well, yeah, but
you take a second to that.
but at least he has a chance to run it back down. Whereas on the last lap, he's going to do what he can to get to that checkered flag.
Hey,
But
in my
on that
defense,
note, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You guys take it easy. It's always
Jared,
fun.
have a good night,
all right,
man.
See you,
have a
Jared.
good one.
Always
See you,
fun
Jared.
having you in here, buddy. Thanks for
Yeah.
helping Adi out in the broadcast tonight.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good to
great
have you
job,
back,
dude.
man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll definitely see you guys out on the track hopefully next week. So,
For sure.
see.
All right,
I
boys,
am like
next question.
super.
In the WFO.
Although you do know that Steve Blankenship warned him I was coming.
All right, ready, guys, for the next question?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, but there's always two sides to every story, Hal.
All right, ready?
Yep.
In the WFO series, what was your greatest?
I swear I was 14, Robbie.
Oh my God.
What what was your favorite win? And if you don't have a win, what was your favorite finish or race? We're gonna start with Nick Gardner.
All right. See, one of my favorites was probably Talladega last season. I was sitting here just riding in the back by myself, because I don't really have a team. I still don't have a team really, so I'm a loner. So I was just hanging out in the back, and Vern actually asked me if it was okay if he moved me to one of the team rooms that was also hanging out in the back, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So he moved me, and then next thing you know, I think it was Garrett, and I forgot the other one, Garrett Robinson, and some other guy, and next thing you know, we worked together, and we literally worked together the whole rest of the race, and with like 5 to go, we like freaking just us three just freaking went to the front, and we all finished 1, 2, and 3. It was great. I think I finished second. That was probably my best finish. That was awesome. Still looking for the win.
Nice. Steve, you're up, brother.
I'm gonna have to say tonight.
You want? Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I would have thought it would have been your the win last season. That was pretty badass.
Well,
championship.
That was a lot of fun, but I beat the best tonight. Might have been a gimme a bit.
Photo finish, too.
I didn't give you nothing.
This win tonight, Steve, over your championship.
Yeah.
Wow. Okie dokie. Dave Moody.
Yeah, I didn't say mine was
the next one.
Yeah, the next one. Mine was, I think, last year at Las Vegas, I think is where we were at. And that was the first race I finished driving. Like, I wasn't sitting in pit row watching. I think I actually drove across the finish line in that
Have
one.
you ever finished on a lead lap, Moody? Seriously? Like, not
Shut up,
being
Robbie.
an asshole.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
I honestly don't know. I don't think I have.
I think you did last night, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. But I saw last season, I'm not sure if I did. I don't think so. This season.
I think you did last night in the trucks.
Yeah, well, he might have. Right there at the end, somebody wrecked him.
No, I got wrecked at the end last night.
Yeah, somebody wrecked him last night, trying to bump draft him about 20 mile an hour faster than he was.
Yeah, who was it that slammed me?
Wasn't me. I was in the pits.
I can't remember. It was a blue truck.
I was in the pits with Hal.
I don't know what blue truck you're
It had a 44 on it, I think.
Oh, it was. He came 3 cars back, just slammed me, and then just trying to draft him in front.
To answer your question, Audie, almost.
Yeah.
He almost had a lead lap finish, and somebody got him.
Yeah.
What an asshole. But that guy seems like a good guy. Okay,
at least he paid me back for Kansas, so we're even.
No. We're not close to even.
Oh, we're even.
You weren't leading the race under caution.
You weren't going to win it no way.
I was running good. Hal, you're up.
I'm going to say Homestead, Miami. Yep. And was battling Steve Blankenship for points. And there was no way I could catch him, but he won the championship.
That race was a blast.
Okie doke, Hal Jr.
Bristol. During the practice race where, I got wrecked trying to enter pit lane, I came back like 50 fucking laps down, but still somehow finished in the top.
Okay, doke. Oh, that's me. Probably. I would say Homestead trucks because there's a higher series in K&N, but a K&N will win. Yes, meant a lot to me, but or 2 days or whatever. I have to say trucks because even though that he's an asshole, he has some talent. I had to battle Thorndike. Some points of race I had to battle Houston. I mean, Vern had that race won in my defense, his defense, but he had lag issues. But
you're welcome.
I battled Steve for like fucking 20 laps trying to get past him, and I just remember giving it all what I got. So that was probably my favorite.
That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I got disconnected, but
till Thorndike took my front end off.
All right, Vern, you're up.
My favorite one, since you guys are mentioning that, is last season at Auto Club. I ended up winning that race, but it was what happened during that race that was the funniest. I remember a driver coming across the radio and complaining about me being on way older tires and running him down. And then wasn't 5 laps later, after I went around him, he come across the radio and said, "You're cheating." You remember that, Hal?
You're hacking.
Was that in a cup car?
No, it was in the trucks.
Oh.
We promised we wouldn't talk about that again. I'm sorry.
You already mentioned his name once.
Yeah. First it was there ain't no way you can do that. There ain't no way you can run me down like that, and your tires are older than mine. And my tires, in fact, I think were 2 laps newer than his, because I think I pitted later, right? So I think my tires were probably 2 to 4 laps newer than his, but he claimed they were 20 laps older than his. And there's no way I could catch him. And then he called, he said, "You guys are hacking," referring to me and John Houston.
Something like that.
And that was funny. That was a good win, too.
Best moment of my life is when I said, "You're a cunt."
All right, guys. Last question of the night. You guys ready for it?
Sure.
What is the most heated battle you ever got into? With who? Where? Not like fucking fighting, but like racing door to door. We're gonna start with Vern.
Oh, shit. Wade Houston.
Okay, whatever happened to that guy?
Wade Houston was the most heated battle I've ever had at any race at WFO.
Where?
From beating bumpers to that guy being so damn fast that I had a hard time running with him.
Lap for lap for lap.
It was Wade Houston. I don't know. I gave him the opportunity to come back over and race with us, but he never come back. So I don't know where he's at.
Or just in general.
It was several different tracks, but one of them that comes in mind a lot was Phoenix 2 seasons ago. But we definitely did our battle.
Yep. Okay, my turn. Probably so before Moody wrecked me in Kansas in the Cup Series. I was racing John Houston. He was faster than me, but I had the lane because I was ahead of him before I got wrecked. So I was on the high side, and I mean we were racing hard, respectfully, but I mean he didn't give me an inch because you have to be on the wall at Kansas. So I mean I've never been so tense, because I had, if I fucked up I was either hitting him or the wall or both. So yeah, and that was fun. I was able to hold him off until the caution. I was feeling pretty confident, and yeah, the fucking Moody came. Hal Jr.
I'm glad you're not bitter.
I'd have to say running against Dad and Vern at Dover and Bristol.
Okie dokie. Hal?
I got 2. One battle was with Robbie Idy at Kansas.
Fuck.
And the other battle would have been with Steve Blankenship at Homestead, side by side, lap for lap. That was fun.
You got mine that time, Hal.
I forgot about that. Steve at Homestead Trucks.
No, it was a K&N.
K&N.
No, I'm talking about for me.
Oh. That would be mine.
Moody.
I'd say my biggest battle is every time I buckle into this.
Okay.
Having a hard time staying in that simulator with
His
them Daisy
biggest
Dukes
battle
on
was when his wheel come off in his hand.
Yeah.
Nick Gardner just his cat.
My biggest one was that 2-lap wreck I had at Burn Watt.
That was crazy. It took him two laps to end up to finish wrecking.
I saved her 19 times.
At least.
You gotta look at the positive side, Vern. It was 19 saves.
That was a funny conversation with John Houston when you did that.
What was the conversation like?
John Houston asked me what happened. I said it took him 2 laps to wreck that motherfucker is what happened. I said he was wrecking 2 laps before the caution come out. That was crazy. I don't know what the hell John's doing.
Hi, Steve.
Hal took mine. I've had a lot of good battles, though. The one with Hal, and then the one with you, Audie, and then me and Vern and Hal and Nick there tonight was pretty fun, too. I've had a lot at the plate track, so.
Oh, yeah, Hal fucking Daytona K&N was another one that stood out for me because, it wouldn't fucking leave us alone.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, Nick, I know it's your cat, but you can say something else.
All right, so I got 2. One, obviously, I've been here long enough to be able to rough up with any of these guys, but since I'm new, I usually, if I know someone's faster than me, usually I just fucking let them by because I'm not here to cause trouble. I haven't been here long enough to start roughing it with you guys yet. So I say my first one would probably be obviously with Vern. That was probably my biggest one, actually with me responding and going back at him. But
I remember that.
Yeah, but so my other, now that Vern has come back, my
Been
first
good racing with you, Nick.
Yeah.
As he leaves the Discord.
Yeah, right. So my first one, I guess my real one, actually responding to a driver would probably be Vern, but the other one I want to say would be
to respond to, bro.
would be Gadarius. Yeah.
Lord.
I can't. I don't know. So I know we're not supposed to talk too bad about drivers.
It's okay.
I can't freaking stand that driver. I don't know what it is, but whenever I first joined this league, that's the only driver that I could not stand around. Like if I knew that dude was in front of me or behind me, I rolled my eyes every time before a restart. Like, oh gosh, here we fucking go. Like it's over, Nick. You like say goodbye to your fucking one repair. You're fucking done for the night. Matter of fact, just tell Vern. Have a good night to the rest of them because your night is officially fucking over. Like it was that bad. Like
I've been there too.
I mean, Chicago's the worst one. Chicago hurts me more than anything because obviously I'm all about trying to win in this league, and I haven't got my first win yet. And Chicago is my biggest one. I wanted to win that thing so bad, and I feel like I had a really good chance. I qualified phenomenally great. I think I qualified second or third. I ran up front most of the freaking race. And then Katarius, I don't know how the hell he got up there. Lord was on his side, I guess. But he got under me, and I guess he just got tight. I saw the replay, and I guess he got tight going into one. And instead of just letting off and giving you room, nope, plow the motherfucker. Why not? And then off I go, spun into the wall. I had to use my quick repair. I still came back, and I still lost because I plowed into the wall because I didn't know how to entry fucking pit road on my worn tires apparently. But, and then even the next race, like the dude was in my way and me and him got together again. Like everywhere I went, he was always there. Like Bristol, Michigan. Like I remember a lot of the races where he was just like in my way. Like he just, and you know what the crazy thing is? I never said a word to him. Never. I never came over the radio to say, dude, what the hell? Nope. Nick kept his quiet. Nick stayed in his quiet zone, and I've always stayed that way.
Just did.
That's who I am.
It's all out now.
You want to know what?
It's all between us, all right? It doesn't go past this, okay? I will always
YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think I actually think Nick, that was one of the races he was many laps down and was still trying to fight with the leaders.
That was Bristol when you wrecked the leaders.
I'll never Yep, you're right. You are right, Robbie. I remember that. I was actually, I think I was a lap down and I came back and I was running like 6th or 7th. And then all of us leaders were trying to get by Gadarius, and he wrecked the leaders because he just didn't know how to keep his line up high. I do remember that.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so that would probably be the one driver that I've ever had issues with. So, other than that, I love all you guys.
I remember season 1 we were doing the preseason Thunder, and Robbie went to interview somebody, and he asked him if he had a copy, and he goes, "Yeah, but not right now. I'm racing."
I know who that was.
I forget who it was, but it was
That was
funny.
probably me.
Yeah, I remember Vern saying it once. I believe that was at Eldora, wasn't it?
I've had to say it more than once.
No, it was at Daytona. It was the
Yeah, I
preseason.
remember that because he just wrecked. And now
Yeah.
hey, go ask him if he wants to do an interview. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
When I told him I told him it wasn't a good idea, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but it ain't a good idea. And Matt moved it back down.
They asked if I had a copy, and I said, yeah. Well, can we do an interview? I said, that's probably not.
Good idea right now.
I think at Eldora, you said, put me back down there. Put me back down there.
It was funny, too, because after he's like, okay, well, let's get an interview with somebody else. He went to interview somebody else, and they're like, nope, not right now. I'm in the middle of...
Who was the guy who went on the fucking road course at Homestead, season 1?
That was Thomas Wagner. We're racing the oval in the season finale of the first season in the trucks. We get a caution because this fucker's running around the damn road.
No way.
Oh, yeah. It happened.
No way.
Yes, it
You
did.
think I do it all the time. I don't know why I brought up the caution.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's a true story.
Hey, back in NASCAR 2003 there, we had a guy that was new, and he got the pole at Daytona or somewhere, and he was leading there, to start the race, and I can't remember what happened. Oh, he just took off and passed the pace car. So we hollered at him, slow down, wait on it, and he said, well, I thought we was going. We said, no, just stay behind the pace car. So we reset the race, started it again, said, stay behind the pace car. So he's staying behind it there, and it turned off on pit road, and there he went. Right down pit road. So he had to restart again. He said, you guys told me to stay behind it.
No way.
Well, how the fuck did that moron get pulled?
Well,
Damn.
I have no idea.
You don't even know how to fucking do a race and got a fucking pole.
Well, you guys did tell him to stay behind it. He
That's
followed the
true.
fucker down
That's
pit
true.
road.
That's
Yeah.
true. He
He
committed.
just followed directions.
What
He
a
did.
guy.
He
I got
followed
another
them
question
well.
for everyone. I got another
What a
question.
guy.
Moody, why you
What
letting
was
him
your
tell that
first
story about
mayhem
you?
experience on track?
What?
What was your first mayhem experience on track?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
I ain't got one.
We've all had some of those.
We're gonna start up top with Nick Gardner.
I don't think Nick's had any.
I don't. I haven't really. I don't.
So to be determined.
I have to be determined. For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I guess Steve can go.
What was my first? What now?
What was your first mayhem experience on track?
Hitting the wall, I guess. Got turned into the wall.
Okay, how?
I'd rather pass
Sorry.
Moody though than Kadarius.
He used to be on a controller. He got a force feedback wheel.
Yeah, he got that last season, didn't he?
No, he had a shitty wheel that only turned 90 degrees. Now he got a.
Oh, I got him a good one now.
Yeah, I think that he needs to work on some, bit with the. He needs to work on it, not like the wheel, like his driving, but I think the force feedback's gonna help him because the wheel only turned 90. It was really fucking with him.
What are you talking about?
Kadarius.
Oh.
Alright, Moody, you're up.
Hang on, before he goes, real quick. I just wanna. I probably should go because I gotta get up in like 3 hours, 4 hours to go to the airport.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been trying to stay on here as long as I
You
can
gonna race
because
tomorrow night?
no, I can't. I'll be in Atlanta. I gotta
I'm
leave.
saying, no, you guys have to race tomorrow night.
We ain't racing tomorrow
No,
night.
fucking Nick does.
No, Saturday. We're supposed to practice tomorrow, but it's supposed to fucking rain all day, and then I think it's supposed to like rain off and on Saturday. It's Saturday's a double header with Xfinity. Xfinity races first, and then we do.
Where do you sit during the race?
Huh?
Where do you sit during the race?
In a chair.
In the pits. I hand off fuel to the fuel guy during pit stops, and then I go get more fuel. It's about all I do during the race.
Right.
So hopefully it doesn't rain. So cheers on. This is like Matt Crafton's one of his best tracks. So if you guys tune in, just root for us, I guess. So.
Absolutely, man.
We'll do it, man. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good
thanks,
luck
man.
to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Get
I'll see you guys.
Sleep on the plane, man.
Yeah, no shit. I'll see you. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday.
You bet.
All right,
Nick.
Yes, sir.
For you, man.
We'll see you then, Nick.
All right, see.
Alright, Dave and Moody, what is Mayhem's first experience on track?
They're all mayhem moments for me because I'm actually mayhem.
So what's the first one?
What do you? Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, there's
What was your first race like, Moody?
let's see, upside down. 2.
Wrecking for 19 laps.
I got short term memory. I don't really.
Okay, Hal, you're up.
I honestly don't think I've had one.
Oh, are you fucking nuts? Because he fucking went over you today.
I honestly don't think I've ever.
How? You fucking people wrecked today with him.
Hal got mayhem today, didn't he?
But that, in his defense,
Actually, he did.
nah, but that wasn't his fault.
It doesn't matter. It's mayhem.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al. Everybody else seen it differently.
Well, honestly, I mean, I come back on the track, so.
Okay. Hal Jr., you got any?
Yeah, how dare you return a race car to the racetrack? That's just fucking absurd.
Yeah.
I mean,
on what I was thinking.
Go ahead, Dad.
I said I don't know what I was thinking.
With David Moody, I don't have one yet. That's to be determined, but it would be during the Street Stock series.
okie doke. I guess I'm up. So, Chicagoland. I got in the EOL cuspy in the pits, and I just see this guy, this green fucking Chevy back there. We go green, I get a bad restart, and I go to pass him on the inside, right? I didn't know he was Moody at the time, so I don't give him a lot of room. I just do it how I usually do. And he starts banging off the wall, banging into me, and yeah.
Crowded me.
Net code.
Yeah, that's the last time.
Net code, like when he wrecked me.
That's right, Nick.
Now when I pass him, I give him about a lane instead of,
No, you don't. You run right into the back end of me.
Yeah. Very funny, asshole.
Hey,
or door slams your booty.
Now that Moody's getting a little, getting to run a little better, he's getting a little more passionate. Audie, he was wanting to come to your pits last night after you wrecked him there, but we talked him out of it.
Well, I'm sorry, Moody, but you put me through a lot too. So.
Yeah, you wait till next Tuesday.
Okay. First of all, Moody, when you threw me into a fucking fence at Kansas, you want to know what I said? I didn't talk to an admin after the race. Calmly, didn't yell, didn't do anything, and I never even got to talk to that admin after the race.
There wasn't no need in talking to him after that. Moody just killed you.
He's like, yeah, Audie, we saw what happened. Ain't nothing we can do.
All right, guys, you have a good one. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta be up at 4.
All right, Junior.
Yeah,
see you, Junior.
It's almost midnight. I gotta go too, guys.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you guys later.
You guys have a good night.
Hold on, Moody. Don't take off.
I won't.
Don't take off, he said.
See you, Junior.
All right, well, it's not fair for me to answer because I was the main admin in the K&N series.
Oh, God.
And I remember Moody from the first time that we'd set him loose on the racetrack. There's been some moments when he was new, but he listened and he picked, so that's the count. part that counts. But I could recall a race last season in the trucks where I was actually coming up to lap Moody.
Bad idea.
Moody
Just
didn't
take
give me
the
much
ball.
room. I mean, he ran me hard. He didn't give me much room, and I ended up getting up into the wall. And I'm pretty sure that Moody might have made contact with me, but he said it was net code. So
That's right. I'm sure it was too.
we were good with that, though.
You were
guys, well, I
blinking,
think it's been a
Vern.
pretty good broadcast, so let's sign off here.
Yeah, it was a blast, man.
All
Guys,
right, everyone say your name, say goodbye.
Why do we got to say our names? They know who we are.
Yeah.
All right, well, just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'll see y'all later.
Have a good one.
All right, from
Awesome.
everyone,
Adios.
everyone,
Good night, John boy.
from everyone at the WFO Racing League, good night and happy Easter. Amen.
Come join us.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yep.